I believe that we are live. Buenas noches, gente. This is, as always, Isidro Montalvo Espinosa, broadcast coordinator for Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña en Vivo. With me, as always, is my co host, the redoubtable Luisa. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
It has been a very long week, and I am ready for some baseball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the traditional shout of the United States League's broadcasters in this era, an era where there were no broadcasters and there was no widespread radio system. So
Mm-hmm.
really, they were just yelling it out of, like a rolled up sheet of paper at the audience.
Oh, audiences love that. They
The
love when people do
audience.
that to
Here we
them.
go again with this. We called them the audience again.
I'm glad I've infected you with this quirk of mine.
This is a good bit. I do think it should continue.
Because let's be real for a second. If just calling it the crowd doesn't seem right, does it?
Go
Nothing
on.
but sports events are ever called the crowd. You wouldn't say the crowd went to see an orchestra concert this past weekend.
Well, you wouldn't say the crowd there because obviously people who go to orchestra concerts are the upper class. It's bougie to go see the orchestra.
Oh, the hoi polloi. I see.
Well, the hoi polloi would not be at the orchestra concert. They would be
That's what I mean.
presumably, yes, they would be presumably enjoying the baser entertainments in life. I have no idea what they would be in an era
Bear
where
pits.
people. What's that?
Bear pits?
Yes, absolutely. Eating various kinds of fried food on sticks. That
Mhm.
I think par excellence that is what Americans think the general population specializes in.
Mhm.
I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. A little
Exactly.
baseball, a little, I don't know, something on a stick, a potato perhaps, that's been fried and turned into a weird swirly,
Yes.
you know what I'm talking about.
That's what you
Potato
want. You
tornado.
want you want an impressionist potato.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Correct. Here's the thing too. They don't even give you the stick anymore. Now you just have to eat it with your hands and get them all dirty and then have to go to the bathroom and miss like an entire inning washing your
Mhm.
hands.
Sure.
Yeah, the pitch clock. What a nightmare. At any rate, I do like this idea because I thought where you were headed with it is in kind of that mob direction where in any other event you wouldn't like imply that the people there are just this undifferentiated bunch of stark raving mad
Yeah.
terrible people that you wouldn't want to hang around in any other respect, and that
Yeah.
is correct. It is in sports that is both most common and I would argue most fitting.
It is funny because not a lot of places will call their customers, the people who give them money, rabble, essentially. But sports will do that.
Yes, because they want to remind you, I think, on some level that that's all you are. You're not
Hmm.
making the decisions. You're not playing. You certainly don't own the team. You're just there with the crowd to yell at the players, to sort of be there and pay money, and you are being taken advantage of in every which possible way, other than you're getting to enjoy, whatever sport that is. But they're going to extract the maximum amount of value from you.
Yeah.
Well, this is
It is
bleak.
the Matrix, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes.
Yes, that's the part of the scene with Joey Pants that they cut. The part where he says he wants a steak, but also he wants to like go watch a lot of baseball. That's the other thing he wants to do.
Hmm.
He seems like a dude who would not Cipher Joey Pants in general. Does seem like a dude who would definitely be out in the crowd just saying the wildest stuff at players.
Yes, absolutely, he does.
Hope he's not watching. As we know, the only good sports fans are Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña fans because they are the only ones who have already accepted that their season is already over.
Hmm.
And tonight, our season is actually beginning between the Navegadores de Nahuevo on my left in sapphire and gold, or actually, once we get down to see the uniforms, they'll be gold and sapphire because this is a road game against the Picudos de Ceiba in their blue and white on the right.
Hmm.
This is, as is traditional for a number of teams, an intra divisional game. These two teams are in the same division. And last year, when the Navegadores got off to a slightly rocky start by their newfound standards, as in they found that they could have them in
Yes.
1902. Before then, it was a close thing. They weren't sure that they could have standards, but they figured it out. And the Picudos had a brief moment in the sun where they started to really pull ahead, and there was a question of, okay, are they going to make the wild card? Will they make the postseason? And then they remembered that, after all, picudo is Spanish for marlin, and fish don't tend to do really well in the sun.
That's true. I was thinking I have trouble remembering the different names. I don't know much Spanish, and there are many, many teams in the league, but once I draw a picture of one of them, it's locked away in my memory. So that's all I need to do, and then I've got it locked away forever, so I know that they are the Marlins, yes.
Yes, literally, they are. I think you would have to call them something if you wanted to be literal. Something like the, oh, what's the term? The beaky ones. Picudo, pico is a beak or a
Yes.
bill.
Yes, we had some trouble way back when I tried to search them up on Google or something, and the result I got was that a picudo was a weevil, which also has a
Oh,
long beak, even though it's an insect. And I don't know what part of the Spanish speaking world calls them that, but apparently somebody does.
I will say a lot of Spanish speaking places do simply say Marlin.
Aha.
So there is, but I'm fairly certain that is a Franco Anglo word kind of thing. I'm not exactly
Yeah.
sure how it got there, but in any case, picudo appears to be the closest to a quote unquote native Spanish word, which is probably what Puerto Ricans would have said in this reality. The Picudos de Ceiba are certainly looking to get back on the horse this season. They've got a first year manager, Mark Sparkman. Great,
Ooh, great name.
incredible name. 45 years old from Baytown, Texas. He was managing Odessa in the League of the Free
In
Frontier.
Russia? Oh, I see.
Yeah, Odessa, Texas, which was once described to me and to the internet reading public in the webcomic Something Positive. I believe it was described to me as, you know, you're in Odessa when you see a cowboy and his dog peeing on the same tree.
All right.
That may have been Euless, which is like part of the area. At any rate, he managed them in 1902 and 1903, and then served last year as the first base coach for Naranjito, where he helped lead them to an 87-81 record. And if you know the Brillantes de Naranjito, you know it is not easy getting that ball club to a winning record. So,
Mm-hmm.
no shock there that when the Picudos fired their manager, they knew that they were going to have a lot of people waiting to see, okay, there's an open position here. Who are we going to get? And they went ahead and grabbed Sparkman. Their starting rotation this year looks, for the most part, pretty amazing. Alejandro Hernandez is their innings eater, bringing up the back end, and he had a literally exactly average year last year.
Mm-hmm.
Vicente Rivera, their number two, whom the Navegadores will be facing tomorrow, and is nicknamed the Louse.
Oh, that's not a good nickname.
No, it's not. And let's just say, thank God they wear ball caps in this era.
Yep.
He seems to be a real fireballer. He's got a sinker, he's got a great curveball, not a whole lot of control, and last year that's what came closest to doing him in, though he still struck out 246 batters. They've
Wow.
also got number one today, Kane O'Leary, from the northern part of Ireland, I should say, given it's 1905, from Belfast. He had a pretty decent year last year, probably let down more by his defense than anything else, but still managed quite a good season and the winning record. And then their fourth starter is speaking of Odessa, the first Ukrainian player in Liga Nacional
Oh,
Puertorriqueña history, Vladik Ofitsirov, um, number 57, who is going to be pitching during this series. And he was one person that the Navegadores had looked at and had kind of decided, we don't really need him right now, and he would not be ready for us in time. So the Picudos certainly swooped in and made use of him as best they can. They have been very aggressive in signing international talent in the last few seasons to compete with Naguabo. Anyway,
mm-hmm.
we should probably get down to the field.
Yep.
So we head on down. We've reduced the volume today, and oh, this is a night game.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Surprising.
Very. I was fairly certain this was not supposed to happen, but here we are, and it is. And true to form, a lot of games that were supposed to have started 6 hours ago appear to be not having started or ended.
It's so strange.
It really is. Very small park out here, 11:52, partly cloudy. You can see here, obviously, the simulation tells us that we have not fully simulated this park yet. 26 degrees temperature. The wind is blowing in from right. Before we go ahead and get started with this game, we are going to have a word from the longest standing and most supportive of all of our sponsors. And who is that, Louisa?
That, of course, is Dr. Gonzalez and his wonderful wood tar liquor. Folks, 50,000 patients have been cured over 10 years with this elixir. Chronic colds, rogue coughs, abundant chest discharges, asthma, bronchitis, and other respiratory ailments have all been cured by it. It helps with both consumption and bladder catarrh. That's inflammation. It purifies your overhumored blood, and it whets the appetite for fattening. Not to be confused with other Dr. Gonzalez wood tar liquors, except no substitutes. And of course, it's sold in all good pharmacies, especially San Juan's own Farmacia Guillermetti, at the corner of Calle de San Francisco and Calle de la Cruz.
Thank you very much, Louisa. It is now time for the starting lineups. First, the starting lineup for the visiting Navegadores de Naguabo. Batting leadoff and playing first base, number 16, Rob Feaster.
The Greckle.
Batting second and playing second base, how appropriate, number 4, Eto'o Sherdlu.
The Font of Wisdom.
Batting third and playing center field for the first time in, I think, several months. Well, I guess it would be several months regardless, but I don't think he's played center field in a regular season game in 2 years. Number 37, Vidal Santiago.
Ooh, is he the barber?
Yes, he is.
Good.
The barber of Aguas Buenas. It's a very different play. Now I have to actually check whether he did play center field last year, and no, he did not. Not even a little bit. Batting fourth.
Where was he last year?
Left field.
Okay.
Yeah, he has played center field before, but usually as a backup. Batting fourth and playing third base, number 12, Wally Balk.
The human ripcord.
Batting fifth and playing shortstop, number 6, Benigno Valdez.
Benji.
Batting sixth and playing right field, number 56, Frank Del Castillo.
Diablo Rojo.
Batting seventh and catching, number 0, Spike Stonehand.
Doesn't need a nickname. Spike Stonehand is too good.
Exactly correct. Batting eighth and wearing number 2, the pitcher, Ted Balloon.
Looney Balloony.
Texas's answer to Shohei Ohtani. And equally likely to get caught up in a gambling scandal at this point.
Oh, man. Commentary.
And batting ninth and playing left field, even though he usually plays center field, I don't want to know why. Number 13, which is, I'm fairly certain, not the number he wore last year. Am I wrong about this? Yes, I am.
Not a great sign to switch to number 13.
No, not really. Roberto Clemente famously switched off of number 13.
Makes sense.
Anyway, his name is Felix Bucar. He
Does
is
he have a nickname?
he does, and it is La Solucion
Yes, of course.
because he plays damn near every position.
Nice.
By the way, you say it's not lucky to switch to number 13, but you do forget there is a very important player to LMP history who wore number 13,
I do forget. Who is this?
Victor Nieves.
Of course! How could I forget?
And on
He's
the
still
other,
out there somewhere. He's still out there somewhere as a base coach, waving guys on for stealing when they definitely shouldn't be. That's what I believe.
in our hearts, we do as well.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he is buried in the cemetery in Carolina.
No.
He's the ball player under the mountain. He's the King Arthur of the Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña. He went to the mists of Avalon.
I like to think he's got a carved hand on top of his tombstone that is waving you to, come on, go ahead and steal that base. It's a great idea.
That would actually be wonderful if that were true. For the Picudos de Ceiba, leading off and playing second base, number 40, Enrique Santos. Batting second and playing center field, number 17, Julian Alvarez. Batting third and playing first base, this number goes way hard for a first baseman, number 89, Luis
Ooh.
Perez. Batting fourth and playing third base, number 34, Menendo Tafoya. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 18, Sam Thompson. Batting sixth and playing right field, number 16, Lester Burton. Batting seventh and catching, number 9, Arnaldo Espinosa.
Any
Batting.
relation?
Hmm?
Any relation?
Is he from the area? No, actually, believe it or not.
Okay.
The Espinosas are pretty much all from San Juan.
Okay.
Batting eighth and playing shortstop, number 14, Ricardo Vasquez. And batting ninth and playing left field, number 20, Otilio Valle. Pitching for the Picudos de Ceiba tonight, it's number 10, Kane O'Leary, who has a fastball, slider, and cutter. That could get dangerous, given that a 3-pitch setup may not last him all 3 times through the lineup against these guys. There's no stats to talk about. It's Feaster against O'Leary. It's time to get this game started. It is April 3rd, 1905. Puerto Rico has been an independent nation at this point for 34 years.
Nice.
And it has once again confirmed that independence by defeating the United States 4 years ago.
Woo.
This is a country finally beginning to get back on its feet after 2 long wars against colonial powers, as Rob Feaster does what he does best, which is swing at the first pitch and ground out to second.
I love those Picudos uniforms. Those look real sharp.
They do. They are really beautiful. As much as I hate the dominance of, like a bright blue, a red, a white
Yeah.
in baseball haberdashery, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You do have to give them that a bright blue is a clean blue. It looks really, really nice.
Yeah.
Especially
And
once
that font, kind of proto Art Deco. Yes.
and then once they lent in fully into the Superman blue uniforms, as I like to call them, it just really took them to that extra level.
Mm-hmm.
It's also very funny because Superman blue had electric powers, and this is a bunch of fish. This is how you know these guys have not played a whole lot of Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
1 out, bases empty for the Font of Wisdom at the uninsured Lou. Let's see if he lasts longer than 1 pitch. Are you kidding me? That goes to the shortstop. Vasquez will have it this time. Throw to Perez, and Shirley will be out. 2 pitches and 2 outs for Kane O'Leary. And I didn't see what pitch the first one was, but that second one was a cutter.
Man, I hope he doesn't get through all of them with 3 pitches.
I mean, that would be very funny, though. You do have to admit that.
That would be funny, you're right.
Also, while we're at this, Luis Perez, by the way, I don't remember if he released. No, he was traded to the Picudos from the Poetas, where he was for a couple of years one of the best players in the league. He was also, I think, the only Puerto Rican player before last year to hit double-digit home runs in a season.
Man, that's pretty impressive.
It is, and he was also that year the in 1901 the Ilustrísimo for Liga Ostos. So in some ways, this is very much a how far the mighty have fallen situation.
Hmm.
Playing first base on a team that isn't expected to lead its division is a rough go of it, but he's making the best that he can. As here comes Vidal Santiago, who in 15 at bats against O'Leary has had 3 hits. And here we go. Well, he fouled it off. That's something. It's a
Yeah.
fastball sent away 0-1.
It's a shame that went foul. It could have been a good hit.
And he swings again. So far, I wanna point
Hmm.
out to you that we have not seen a single taken pitch,
Yeah, true.
which means we're about to watch one for the most embarrassing called third strike of all time.
Probably.
And here goes nothing. Oh, he cracks it
Ooh.
into center field.
Oh,
Beautifully done by
wow.
Vidal Santiago. And there goes the no hitter. Nobody gets to the base hit in shallow center. Let's play that one again a little bit here. Off of Kane O'Leary, off of a fastball, he singles into middle
Yeah.
center field. Julian Alvarez unable to get to the bouncer in time. And that'll put a man on for Wally Balk, also known as Harvey Burford's favorite baseball player of all time. We look, we don't not like Wally Balk. I want to be clear about this. But
Uh-huh.
it is weird how much Harvey Burford loves him.
Hmm,
He
yeah.
puts him as far up as he can in the batting order. There are times when he's batted like third, which is usually where you put your most well rounded hitter.
Yeah.
It's just kind of strange. But I think it might be because the pole is swinging towards power. We're seeing a lot more guys who can swing for the fences, getting put higher up in the order. Wally certainly fits that bill better than anyone else in this lineup.
Hmm.
So, with that in mind, let's see what he does with a man on and 2 outs. Hey, he took a pitch.
All right.
Already he's doing better. Fastball, low and away, and it's ball one. The first ball one we've seen in this inning. Wally, of course, has a particular magic power, which we have been putting down to being Australian,
Uh-huh.
and that is the ability to make opposing defenders drop the ball.
That is a pretty good power if you got it.
Mm-hmm. That's slider catches the bottom edge of the zone, evens the count at 1-1. And then O'Leary misses low with a fastball, ball two. See, this is what being a power hitter does for you. If they're afraid that a mistake pitch will get absolutely crushed,
Hmm.
then they're afraid to throw in the zone. And so you start seeing balls.
Yeah, that one was right down on the ground.
Yes, it was. 2-1. O'Leary puts the cutter in there, and it's strike two now.
Oh,
So
man.
Wally Balk has taken 4 pitches so far. That means that O'Leary has had to use more pitches already on Wally Balk than he has had to use on any other batter.
All right, that's something.
Mm-hmm. Here goes nothing. He checks his swing in time and brings the at bat to full count as the slider barely misses under the zone. So you know
Oh,
what that
man.
means. Here come the
Yep.
6 words everyone loves to hear during a baseball game. This will be a payoff pitch.
Woo!
O'Leary, Balk, bouncer to third base. Tafoya has it, throws to Perez in time, and that will end the inning. So the Navegadores get a hit, and that's it to open the top of the first. Let's see if their pitching situation can respond effectively. Oh boy, was that smart? You have got to be kidding me.
What happened?
Well, So they put Bucar in left field, but he is actually a better center fielder than Vidal Santiago. Oh, I
Huh,
see.
what's the?
I see.
Oh,
The thought here is that Vidal never drops balls. So
okay.
they're worried more about the error rate than they are about
Ah,
his range.
gotcha.
I guess it makes a certain amount of sense. I don't know. At any rate, pitching for the Navegadores, as mentioned, is number 2, Ted Balloon, Looney Ballooney himself, who has a fastball, curveball, forkball, but we all know why you're here. You're here for the changeup. He will be facing the top of the Ceiba order, and this is a pesky team. They love to mess with opposing pitchers. Ceiba was pretty dangerous against the Navegadores last year. They won a few of their games, certainly a few more than expected. Santos, however, has had terrible luck against Ted Balloon. In 14 at bats, he has what I believe to be a single hit.
Well, today's his day, Mr. Santos.
Oh, yeah, good point. I think the hope here is that Ted, as Santos swings at that first pitch, and it'll be. Oh, Wally Balk
What?
drops it. The first pitch of the game
No!
is an E5,
Oh boy.
and Ted
How did
already
that happen?
and Ted has to deal with a man on an easy pop up.
Oh, that was sad.
It's not even raining. Here comes Julian Alvarez, and now Ted Balloon has to try for a ground ball at all costs. Against Balloon, Julian Alvarez, who used to be on the Colmillos de Aguadilla, has 3 hits in 25 at bats. As Santos goes, and Stonehand guns him down at second by a mile.
Nice.
Why would you even try to run on that? Worse yet, that got called a strike, even though it wasn't.
Aw.
So it's an 0-1 count with 1 out and the bases now cleared. Julian Alvarez got to deal with Ted at full strength now as Ted does him a favor and misses low with a fastball 1-1. Trying to see how much the umpire will let him get away with. Ooh. Swinging strike on the forkball as it bites on the inside of the zone, and it's 1-2 now. With 2 strikes on him, Ted Balloon going to be looking for his first punch out of the season. And he won't get it if he keeps pitching like that. Low fastball evens the count, 2-2. Let's see if Ted can try again here. Got him! Swings and misses through the forkball, and Ted Balloon gets his first punch out of 1905.
Nice.
He also, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but typically on strikeouts, right, the infield likes to throw the ball around a little bit as a mini celebration there.
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice Wally did catch that ball, so we can at least trust some things with him.
Oh, Wally.
Here comes Luis Perez to take his first cuts of 1905. Ted Balloon threw 2 outs with the bases empty at 6 pitches. Perez swings right through the fastball, 0-1. Ted dialing it up almost as far as he can go with the fastball. And then he misses with the next one, 1-1. His fastball has actually gone from kind of like a not very serviceable offering
Uh-huh.
to middle of the pack. He can throw faster now is the main thing. All other things being equal, faster fastball, better fastball.
That's true.
Curveball inside, 2-1. See, misses there. Let's see what Perez does next. Swings on that. Wally coming in. He's got it. Makes the throw, and there's no mistake on that one. The one hopper results in a ground out, and Naguabo's error will not hurt them. We're through the first. Neither team has scored a run. We're going to just very quickly let everybody know that this is how it's all begun. And I just saw somebody who, I believe this is Will from, no, I actually have no idea which BG3 character it is, but they are wearing what looks like medieval fantasy insane clown posse makeup.
Who are we talking about? Sorry, I've lost the plot here. Where
Uh,
are you looking at this?
I opened Blue Sky to go tell
Okay.
everybody, hey, here's what's going on in this game. And the very first thing I saw was a
Okay.
Baldur's Gate 3 character in what, again, appears to be a medieval version of Insane Clown Posse makeup.
Could it be Dribbles the clown, an actual clown in the game?
Are you serious right now?
I mean, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But there is a clown.
Tell
He is a
tell
plot
me
point.
tell me this guy. No, I don't. No, this guy has regular clown makeup. The guy I'm talking about has it's when I say medieval fantasy, I meant to imply that there's like more color going on and it's more gestury. So
Okay.
he's got like a dark red face. There's paint around his lips with the clown border. So you can tell it's
Okay.
supposed to be clown makeup. Um the clown border. That's a thing. Uh it very disconcerting is all I'm saying.
That's what the Joker crossed. The clown border.
I like the idea that being a clown is like a black hole thing, and
Hmm.
it just attracts you at all times. And once you cross the event horizon, that's
Yep.
when you turn into the Joker.
Yep. It's true. That's what spaghettification was about this whole time.
Hang on, I thought that just made you more Italian.
That's the event horizon of moving to New Jersey. You gradually become more Italian.
That's good to know because I do live in an extremely Italian town, but it hasn't happened to me yet.
So what field are we at today? Oh, we are at the Picudos home
Mm-hmm.
field, huh? I
Yes, which
see.
is why it looks bad.
That's why we don't have the beautiful grotto that I
That's
love
right.
so
Yes.
much at La Timonera.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the water feature at La Timonera might be my favorite part of that. I keep hoping that our simulator will add other things that could be interesting,
Mm-hmm.
but it hasn't happened yet. No, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, true. Kano Lear's got a real donut facial hair thing going on here, and I don't like it.
It's not good. I'm not a fan. I generally am not okay with beards that don't connect.
Yeah,
It
it's always a weird look.
it does seem, and I say this. I mean, if you're gonna do this, we have a perfect comparison here because we have Benji Valdez, who notices this and just has what we would, well, actually that's not a chivo. A chivo in Spanish, it is a type of goatee, but it's the more pointed one.
Oh, like a Van Dyke.
A little bit more. It's certainly narrower for sure.
Okay.
It's not just a bunch of hair under chin that's
Mhm.
thick. We have perfect comparison material there. He decided he didn't want to make the beard connect, so he just shaves it down to a shape, possibly using one of those shape cards, and
Yep.
that's it. And meanwhile, there's this guy over here, and he just looks like, you know what it looks like? He looks like he's wearing the Oblivion symbol on his face.
Yeah, it sure does.
Anyway, now batting, the shortstop, number 6, Benji Valdez, who is hitting 467 against O'Leary. That's a
Wow.
that's 7 for 15, I want to say.
Incredible.
Small sample size, obviously, but let's see what happens here. Fastball misses wide, ball one. O'Leary back out for the second inning after he got the first two outs on two pitches. Slider cuts inside, and Valdez does not swing at it. It's 1-1 now. He checks his swinging time on the fastball, 2-1. O'Leary suddenly can't get the call there. He's gotten a couple check swings against him. They might be starting to figure him out as Valdez then rockets that one, but it's foul. Let's see what pitch that was. That was another fastball, 2-2 now. I don't know how I feel about that, given that was way inside.
Yeah.
And here we go. Valdez bangs that one right to Luis Perez. He will ground out as he throws back to the pitcher. And that's out number one, but a decent at bat there from our man Benji. even if it ends in a 3-1 ground out. Here comes Frank del Castillo taking his first cuts. Frank, I don't think, has ever batted this low in his career with the Navegadores. He may have with the Jinetes when he was in Mexico, but this is very surprising.
Is this showing a vote of no confidence in him to put him so low?
It might be. It also might be that as a. Well, okay, so this is what the weird bit is, right?
Mm-hmm.
With this lineup, we have a lot fewer righties than we usually would,
Yeah.
which is kind of a surprise. And so what you're ending up with here is, or sorry, we have a lot fewer lefties than we usually do, is what I meant to say. Got it wrong there. Because
Mm-hmm.
normally in the starting lineup, we'd have Underwood, more on that later, and possibly Kim or Salmeron would be DHing instead of Balloon. So
Yeah.
that's two lefty bats right there, which would be very useful against a righty like Kane O'Leary. Anyway, in this setup, it is a little bit weird to have Del Castillo this low, given that he's a pretty good all around hitter. I wonder if Burford's idea here is go for power as much as you can, and that's why Santiago and Bach are in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think out of the guys that we have, they have the highest potential there. They're the ones most likely to drive in runs with like a big hit
Yeah.
and still make contact often enough that it's worth trying them there, is what I would
Makes
say.
sense. Yeah.
So with one out and the base is empty, let's see what Frank does as that slider misses high, 1-0. Kane O'Leary having way more contact trouble, but there, ooh, he gets the half swing and he makes contact, grounds it out into foul territory, so it'll be 1-1 now. De Castillo swings right through a fastball, 1-2. And after that traffic light of an at bat, let's see what Kane O'Leary ends him with. Usually in a two strike situation, Frank is not your most reliable hitter, but here will he do it? Nope, that's going to be foul. So he'll stick with it. It'll still be 1-2 after that cutter got sent down the right field foul line. Here he goes again. Aha! O'Leary misses with the fastball wide and away, and it's 2-2 now. The Castillo still fighting as he has worked a full count out of the Ceiba pitcher. O'Leary now at 22 pitches as he misses with a fastball. And this will be a payoff pitch.
Woo.
Here goes nothing. De Castillo hits that one into right field, and that's a base hit for Frank de Castillo, the second of the game for the Navegadores. That'll put him on first with one out for Spike Stonehand. And, well, it's time to check our favorite part of the game. Can they steal on this pitcher? Kane O'Leary is a decent holder, rated a 54. Arnaldo Espinosa has a terrible arm, 35. And personality wise, takes more than he gives. How interesting. So now that we've established that, what are the chances you think of Frank successfully stealing here?
Not good. But will he try? Are you gonna tell him not to try?
I do not deal with that level of strategy. That is Harvey.
I think he's gonna try.
Right, but that's why I'm taking that off the table.
Okay.
My specific question is going to be because I know he's going to try. You and I both
Okay.
know this. It's his like demon personality. It comes out on the base paths. But what I want to know is what do you think his chances of being successful are?
I'm gonna say low.
Okay. I'm gonna be more mathematical. I'm gonna say 40-60.
Okay.
Here goes nothing. First pitch to Spike Stonehand. Falls low and inside. And there it is. We were both
Oh
right.
man.
Imagine that. Frank de
Oh boy.
Castillo gets caught stealing for his first attempt of the 1905 season. Who could have predicted
Great.
that?
We did.
We did. We sure did. We absolutely did. And with two outs and the bases newly cleared, here comes Spike Stonehand, who took a ball on a fastball there. Spike Stonehand, probably the end of the really effective lineup for the Navegadores. And there was a time, as that cutter misses low outside, that you could not say Stonehand was an effective part of this lineup.
Mm-hmm.
As he flies out to foul territory, and that is not going to make the audience. It's going to get caught by Perez in foul territory, and they'll end the top of the inning with another base hit and nothing else to show for it. We head into the bottom of the second. Ted Balloon, 10 pitches over that first inning, which included a strikeout. He will now face the 4-5-6 hitters, including fearsome Menendo Tafoya, who is carrying a 263 average against Balloon over 38 at-bats, DH Sam Thompson, and Lester Burton, who just has one of those names. I don't really know what else to say about him. I do know that last year he batted 158, which is pitiful. You would think that would be one of the holes they would have covered in the lineup, but alas, no. Tafoya, though, he used to be thought to be the future of the Vejigantes and then the Picudos, as he takes that fastball, which just barely falls out of the zone, 1-0. But lately he seems to have settled into kind of an elder statesman role, as the changeup misses low and inside, which is interesting because he's not even that old. He's 32. As he chops that one foul there, dribbles it, and it's another fastball, high, but in the zone, 2-1. Here goes nothing. That's going to be an infield single, a bounce to Ted Balloon. He's not going to have time to get rid of it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, he got him!
Oh, wow.
Look at that throw!
Amazing.
There's
What a
no...
strange... Did it bounce off the ground in a weird way or something? Oh, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but he still had to pick it off the ground. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Usually that's a lot of trouble for a pitcher to get you out on that play, but he did it. Mm-hmm. Ted Balloon gets the first out on his superior defense. Reminds us all why he was agudísimo as a pitcher a few years ago. He will now face Sam Thompson, who's probably what passes for a power bat in this lineup. And I do think I'm correct on that. Yes, but a pretty fearsome bat when he wants to be, I would imagine. Sam Thompson a couple years ago was doing quite well for himself, but usually more in the way of just kind of getting the hits in. Oh, hello. I believe we have the first home run of the 1905 season from often injured catcher Lindsey the Colonel Lilly on the Fieles Estelares. There might have been an earlier one. These seem to only be the afternoon and evening games.
Yeah.
As that forkball is in there, 0-1. Swung on and hit down the third baseline, but it will fall foul. 0-2. So got him in the hole. Let's see if he can finish him off here. Lilly played mostly first base and outfield. Making him a catcher at this point is wild from the Fieles. Mm-hmm. They are cooking something over there. I don't know what it is. Curveball misses, and Sam Thompson checks his swing in time to make it 1-2. Swings on that one, lifts it at the left field, but that is going foul by a mile. And sure enough, we will stay at 1-2 after that one. Thompson sticking with the timing here, as that might be Ted's first changeup of the game. Or maybe second. 1-2 count once again. And he misses high with the fork ball. Evens the count, 2-2. Ted here in a bit of a battle as he's about to throw pitch number 20. Thompson! That changeup buzzes by and punches him out. Gets the swinging strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 2 outs and the base is empty for Lester Burton. Ted Balloon sticking with it as, let's see here, Lester Burton is taking a 2.11 average against Balloon over 19 at-bats.
Oh, man, that's not very good, huh?
No, it's not. Fastball is in there, strike 1. And again, Ted gets the benefit of an edge call from the umpires there. 0-1. Cracks that one into right field, and that's going to improve the batting average as that falls to Frank Del Castillo. He'll get rid of the ball in time, so if Burton... Wait, are you... He threw it to Valdez. Figured he couldn't cut off the double.
Oh, man.
So, there's the no-hitter over for Ted Balloon as well, as he puts a man on second with 2 outs to face catcher Arnaldo Espinosa, who has only 6 at-bats against Balloon, but has hits in 2 of them. So Ted's in a little bit of danger here. That was a forkball that Burton smashed. As that changeup is in there for a strike, Ted not nibbling around the zone. He's going to go right after Espinosa as he fouls off that fastball. Let's see if Ted can finish him off. He's got him in the hole here, and Arnaldo, not anybody's idea of a great hitting catcher anymore. But Ted does him a favor. Misses, lone outside with that fastball, 1-2. And then misses inside with a curveball, 2-2. A little bit of playing with the food going on here. Espinosa grounds that one out to Wally Balk. He's got it, makes the throw once again to first. And the inning is over. Good play from Wally there to end the threat. A runner stranded. The game remains scoreless through 2. Oh, what? Now everybody's hitting homers?
Oh, is that what's happening around the league?
Rafael Lopez just hit one for the Pescadores de Salinas.
Jeez.
So there's 2 in just the games that are available for us to see right now. We might have to take a look later.
How come I can see that the yellow number is what inning they're in, and it's either the top or the bottom? How come some innings don't have a top or bottom listing?
That would be because the home team has just wrapped up. Oh no, that I think is played when the next team has not taken the field yet.
Okay,
so it's either the end of an inning or middle of an inning.
Okay.
Yeah. Ken O'Leary back out for the third. 26 pitches over 2 innings, 2 hits. He faces his opposite number, Ted Balloon, who has not hit in a game regular season that he has pitched in since 1902. There was really no need. They had a pretty consistent DH system going for a couple of years there.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, with your DH options being Min-Soo Kim and Pablo Salmeron, you can kind of see where Ted felt. Maybe I should lace up the boots one more time. I guess in this case, lace up the batting helmet.
Yeah.
He's at least something of a hitter, and he's decently fast. So he does provide a little bit of speed there at the bottom of the lineup. Kind of gives them a couple more options to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if they do bring up one of the guys from the Malditos, then that could get interesting. Maybe Chenda Su could take some reps at DH instead.
Mm-hmm.
As that slider misses lone outside, 1-0. Though Min-Soo Kim probably has that position in a chokehold in the long term because he hit 2 home runs last year as a backup.
Mm-hmm.
Balloon fouls that one off, and they were not short home runs either. A slider there, 2 sliders to Ted Balloon. He took one for a ball and fouled off the second one. We're at 1-1. Swings on that one, hits it to Vasquez at short. He kneels to take it and throws Ted out at first base. It's 1 out. The bases will remain empty for Felix Bucar, La Solucion, today playing left field. Bucar has played all over for the Navegadores. We can briefly check that. I believe he's played every infield position except first, because they usually have somebody who can do that. And I believe he has played, let's see here. Last year he played third base and shortstop, and then played all 3 outfield positions.
Wow. He really is, what's his nickname again? Oh.
La Solucion.
Yes. I was going to say Mr. All-Rounder.
Mm-hmm. He can also play second base as well, but he hasn't been required to. That might be more the case this year. Although they also have Dusan Radoslavljevic to take that over when necessary.
Mm-hmm.
1 out and the base is empty. Definitely the most fun name to say on this lineup, Radoslavljevic.
Yeah.
Cutter way outside, 1-0. Bucar swings right through the cutter, 1-1. O'Leary challenging him with that cutter right down the middle. Wasn't afraid of him at all. That cutter misses inside, 2-1. O'Leary now at 32 pitches. Bucard lines that one to Santos. Good play there to get in the way of the ball and prevent the base hit. So Enrique Santos saves them an out, and with the bases remaining empty, here comes Rob Feaster. And what are the chances that he gets out on the first pitch again?
I'm gonna say, yeah.
Yep. Okay. It has happened before, just to be clear. Rob Feaster has previously seen 3 pitches in a game. So here goes nothing. First pitch to Rob Feaster, always a roller coaster. Hey, look at that. He didn't swing. It's a cutter down there for ball 1. Maybe he's starting to figure out how to bat again.
That'd be nice.
Fastball misses way outside, 2-0. He had a really difficult time during the spring. He really struggled. 2-0 count. As that fastball is in there, strike 1 on the outside corner, 2-1 now. So it is possible that he's still getting over that hangover as he fouls off what I'm pretty sure would have been ball 3. Well, it would have been arguable, but we're at 2-2 now. So he's going to have to protect the plate and see if he can extend the at-bat a little bit. The 2-2 pitch coming in. And
did he hit his shoe?
that looked like it hit his foot, but the umpire's not calling it. That was in the dirt with that fastball, and it'll bring us to a full count. So this will be a payoff pitch. Chops that one foul. We'll stay at full count. He's now going to make Kane O'Leary pay for pretending, for not quite hitting his foot. For that little brush back. O'Leary about to throw pitch number 40 here in the third. Bangs that one to Perez right at first base, and Perez will take it himself unassisted to end the top of the third. Naguabo, for the first time tonight, goes down in order. And the Picudos will have a chance here to take advantage. And, man, I was kidding, but Jose Rocha, the catcher for the Menestrales, just hit a homer. So there have been 3 homers in just the night games.
Amazing.
Pretty incredible. In the bottom of the third, it's going to be Ted Balloon against Ricardo Vasquez, Otilio Valle, and Enrique Santos. Ricardo Vasquez, let's see if we can get any stats from him about Balloon. Last year he had 230. Maybe he didn't face Balloon? Was he in the... Oh, interesting. He was traded from the Tumbabrazos. So maybe he didn't get to go against Ted last year. Because he only played in 16 games. Ted is through 2 innings on 27 pitches with a hit and 2 strikeouts. Vasquez checks his swing on the curveball, and it's 1-0. You know, there's not a whole lot of Sapphire shirts in the audience, come to think of it.
How far away is Nagarbo?
They're in the same division. They're right next door.
Alright, weird.
Strike called on that changeup, 1-1. Though,
I coughed.
Say that again, sorry?
I coughed.
I still didn't catch that.
I coughed.
Ah. Low with a fastball, 2-1. I thought you were still talking about the shirts for some reason. Vasquez looks at a fastball at 149 kilometers an hour, which is not particularly fast by modern standards, but that's supposed to be faster than anything Ted can throw. 2-2 there. Got him! Balloon's third strikeout of the game, coming this time on the fastball for 1 out, and the base is empty. He now faces Otilio Valle, who, let's see if we have any stats from him. He has a 308 average against Ted Balloon in just 13 at-bats. So this could be dangerous here, with the bases empty and just a 1 out. Misses with a fastball low, 1-0.
That organist is really trying to get the crowd pumped up tonight.
It sure is. Inside with that curveball, and you can imagine why. I mean, there's not that many organists to go around, really.
Mm-hmm.
Got to keep your job somehow.
True.
As he fouls away that curveball. Swings on that one and fouls it off as well. Two and two count here. That is swung down to Wally Balk. He's got it. Makes the throw over to first. And that is out number 2. Bases remain empty here. Pardon me. So we go with the bases empty to Enrique Santos, who is 0 for 1 on the day. He is now 067 batting, 067 against Ted Balloon over 15 at-bats. Last time, of course, he got there because he swung at the first, and there we go. Well, you knew it was going to happen. Enrique Santos has seen 2 pitches. One of them resulted in an E5 when Wally Balk dropped it. And the second one resulted in a hit by pitch.
Oh, boy.
Errant changeup from Ted Balloon, and here comes Julian Alvarez with a man on base and 2 outs. Can Ted get out of this one? As Ted attempts to pick off there, Santos back to first. Let's see if he'll try and steal again, because that was pretty funny the last time. Curveball catches the outside corner. It's strike 1. That is swung on, and he gets into the outfield past Feaster at first. It'll be up to the Castillo once again to get rid of the ball quickly. And he does it. He'll hold him to a single. So Ted is on, or Ted has 2 on behind him to face Luis Perez, who is 0 for 1 on the day. He's at 40 pitches now before he gets out of the third. Let's see if he can make it happen. As that changeup is called a strike. Generous call by the umpire, goes Ted's way. It's on 1. Perez checks his swing, and he held up on the fastball quite accurately. It's 1-1 now. Ted powers one in, another fastball, and it's strike 2. Down the middle, too. He got lucky that didn't get hammered. Let's see what he'll bring for his 2-strike pitch and try to end the inning here. Perez checks his swing again on the fastball. 2-2 here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe try one of the 2 breaking balls you got in the bag?
There's a thought.
Perez fouls off the forkball. Well, okay, so he tried. Got him! Ted Balloon with the fastball. Strikes out Luis Perez to end the inning and strand 2 runners. We are through the first third of the game, and there is still no score. Before we continue, we're going to have a word from one of our sponsors. Louisa, the booth is yours.
Thank you. Folks, I would love to tell you this evening about the Electric Light Society, the Sociedad Anónima. They will offer you 24-hour service. The current continues at low tension. There is no danger. Installation services available for individual houses, public lighting, fans, and all kinds of engines. Specialty in generators for electric lighting for town centers and haciendas. Constant existence of electrical fuel at prices equal to New York. Care, speed, punctuality. Plus, materials are some of the best made. Call by phone and you will immediately have our employees to satisfy your needs. The office is in San Justo, number 9. P.O. Box 475. Jaime Cifre is the administrator. I love that they're an anonymous electric light society. Like, maybe you shouldn't talk about them. You get electric lights, your neighbor notices. You're the first person with electric lights on the street. That's a big deal. And they ask you about it, and you say, no, 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 I can't tell you. They're anonymous, the people who give me electric lights, and I cannot talk about it. First rule of having your house wired for electricity is do not talk about having your house wired for electricity. The second rule is the same. The third rule, I guess, is care, speed, and punctuality. Or maybe that's just on their logo.
I do like we went in very different directions with that because all I could think was like a bunch of linemen wearing like electric light linemen wearing Guy Fawkes masks.
I can see that. I'm imagining triangle-shaped patches that say care, speed, and punctuality around, let's say, a light bulb. That would be awesome.
And while we're on this tip, we should also talk about the fact that uh, I don't. People may not know this, but Anonymous Electric Light Society was actually what Jeff Lynne originally meant to call the band.
Okay. ELO would instead be, wait, what letters are we looking at here?
AELS, I guess.
LS. Yeah, that's not bad. I like it.
Yeah. It was a little bit too long. It didn't reduce to an easy acronym or any of that, so
Yeah.
that's kind of where it went awry. Any other thoughts on this particular setup for electric lighting in 1900s Puerto Rico? I do like that the administrator is Cifre, like cipher.
Ooh, that's very good. I didn't even notice that.
That's the second reference we've made to the same character from the Matrix.
It's coming across to me more like a, welcome to Night Vale, business. This, anonymous electric light society.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Who knows what these people will be, but they will show up in the middle of the night, wire your house, you'll never see them, and then they're gone.
I I do have to enjoy how much stock you're putting into the adjective anonymous
Yeah.
when like this was just an equivalent of a limited liability company.
I love that they're using the word anonymous. It's
Hmm.
completely foreign to me, the whole idea of using that word for a business meeting, and I love it.
Yes. I really do wonder what was so onerous about your shareholding status being known in a company that
Yeah.
they had to kind of keep it under wraps. That this was an advantageous way of doing business. That to me is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if it's something to do with, like, showing a bias. In which case, I would prefer they weren't anonymous, because then if they're working for, the government or something, and this is a conflict of interest, I think we should know about that.
Yes. And I think that is particularly interesting because I don't think that is the rationale. I think it was more about
Okay.
you maybe don't want to reveal. Now, again, I am not entirely familiar with this, except insofar as it was also the case in Spanish speaking countries. So it's not exclusive to, or sorry, Spanish and French speaking countries. So my question then becomes, Sociedad Anónima is the idea here that because the company is the idea here that the company can kind of make decisions without having to reference specific public shareholders. Is that the thought process? That since the shareholders' names are not known, you don't necessarily have to go check with them every time you want to do something.
Yeah. Or, conversely, I wonder if it's a thing where this is still so new at the time of the ad. I don't know exactly what year that would be, but if it's still such a new idea, maybe they don't want to admit that they've invested in it because it might look bad to their other business holdings, like crypto or something, you know?
That's a pretty good point. I believe there is some precedent for it as far back as the days of Alexandre Dumas, because I am fairly certain I'm currently slowly plotting my way through the Count of Monte Cristo, and I
Okay.
believe at one point there's an offhand mention of an anonymous society to establish that a character is middle class. I might be slightly off. It might have been a
Ah.
different adjective, but I remember thinking that sounds like it sounds in the translation like you're talking about a conspiracy, but I'm
Hmm.
betting you that this is a French term for a corporation.
That does make sense. Okay, yeah.
Anyway, baseball. Top of the fourth inning, Kane O'Leary trotting back out over 3 innings, 2 hits, 40 pitches. He will face the 2-3-4 hitter, starting with the font of wisdom himself, Eto'o Shirley, who is 0 for 1 after he also grounded out on 1 pitch. Let's see if he can at least extend this at bat beyond that. Well, he does. The slider is in there, however, and it's called a strike, 0-1. The other reason, too, is that the other thing about the blue shirts being out there is
Hmm.
that because the neutral color is white, which is also a Ceiba color, it especially feels like they're outnumbering the Naguabo shirts.
Yes, that's very true.
Like I think I can see in this section over here on the left, I can see a few sapphire shirts here and there. There's like a couple sneaking in other places. There's one sitting right up front.
It is hard to tell, you're right.
Yeah, it's and then there's a few like what is this weird blue, gray, navy, purple color. There's a bunch of like gray, brownish shirts over here.
Well, look, I mean, people are probably wearing a lot of cotton and hempen
Mm-hmm.
clothing, aren't they?
Yeah. So I would imagine those are usually lighter colors in this.
That's
These
true.
seem very muted, dark colors for what you would be expecting.
Yeah. I wonder why. I don't know.
0-2 count. Sherlew at least avoids the strikeout, but he grounds out to second base. Santos to Perez. And it's out number one. Here comes Vidal Santiago, who now has 4 hits in 16 at bats against O'Leary, an average of 250. He has 1 out, and the bases are empty. O'Leary goes in for the fastball, and it's low, 1-0. It's really amazing. You would think the Navegadores, when they have to take batting practice, as Santiago sends that one foul, 1-1.
Hmm.
They have to go against guys because you usually take batting practice off of pitchers on your own team, or sometimes
Okay.
it'll be a coach or whoever. But like you sign guys to throw batting practice, and with these guys, they would probably be taking BP off of pitchers on their own team, relievers, right? So a bunch of their relievers are fireballers, which means that Kane O'Leary's is the slowest fastball they have probably seen all day. So it's very funny that they can't time him up correctly.
Yeah.
It's a 1-1 count now. As that fastball misses, almost clips Vidal Santiago there, but instead it will just be ball two. 2-1 now. There's a strike on the fastball low, 2-2. Good shape from the fastball there. Cutting in just a little bit, less than his cutter actually does, but as Santiago bounces that one to Vasquez, Vasquez has all the time in the world to make that throw over, Vidal not being a very fast runner, and that's out number two. Here comes Wally Balk, who is 0 for 1. Let's see if he can keep this inning going at all. Right now, it is vital that they continue to overextend O'Leary. They need to get him to a third time through the lineup.
Hmm.
I mean, they will. Seiba's not going to pull him. He's their workhorse, but fastball is in there for a strike. 0-1 as he gets that's the fastest fastball I think he's thrown all night. 0-1. And just paints it on the inside of the zone as Balk chops that one late and away, and it'll be foul, so it'll be 0-2. Kane O'Leary here needs just one more strike to wrap up a clean inning. His second in a row it would be. But he misses wide. Fastball just outside, and it's 1-2. Balk chops that one foul as well. The catcher thinks maybe he can get to it, but he can't. And it'll be a foul. 1-2 now. As Kane O'Leary now at 52 pitches on the day. Starting to maybe flag a little bit. Not that that would do anything, as that goes to Perez. He will take it unassisted, and we are through 4. We remain scoreless, as Kane O'Leary has now retired 6 in a row.
Oh, man.
In the bottom of the 4th, it'll be Ted Balloon to face Menendo Tafoya, Sam Thompson, and Lester Burton. Tafoya's 0-for-1, and Ted Balloon is at 3 innings with 46 pitches on the line. He's got 2 hits on the line against him and 4 strikeouts for him. That was all fastballs he threw against Wally Balk and still got him out. Curveball misses outside. 1-0. Tafoya swings on that one, bounces it up the middle. Valdez has it, makes the throw to first, and that is out number 1. Did I hear booze?
It did sound like it, didn't it? They're getting feisty.
What are you all so mad about?
Getting a guy out, they don't like it.
It was a 4-star play.
Well, they don't like it, though.
No, that's fair. I thought they were booing their own player, because it kind of seemed to start when he didn't make it to first, and I'm like, I mean, start booing when Valdez makes the throw. You know he's going to get it there in time. Here comes Sam Thompson, who is 0-for-1 on the day. He had a long AB against Ted, but struck out back in the 2nd. And starts much the same way as he fouls off that curveball, 0-1. I mean, I don't remember if he fouled off the first pitch, but it's a strike either way. And Balloon adds onto that with a fork ball. Both breaking balls makes it 0-2. Let's see if he can get him punched out here. Balloon on the 0-2 pitch. Misses with a changeup, 1-2. Tries again. Thompson fouls that one off down the first baseline, and we will stay with it. It's still 1-2 as he fouls off the forkball. In the Las Piedras Humacao game, one of the funniest possible things just happened. Bases loaded walk to make it 2-0. They have scored their 2 runs on a solo homer by this guy, whose power rating is 48 out of 100, and on a bases loaded walk.
Man.
It's a rough way to start opening day.
Yeah.
1-2 count. Misses again. This time with a changeup low, even lower than he did the first time. 2-2 count. Misses again. This time with a forkball, low and inside. So Ted Balloon will bring this to a full count, and this will be a payoff pitch. Everyone hold on to your butts. That is bounced to Rob Feaster. He's got it. He throws to Ted Balloon, and that is out number 2. The same exact ground out he would have gotten several pitches ago, if he'd just thrown in the zone. 7 pitch at bat. Ted Balloon out 55 pitches to face Lester Burton, who is 1-for-1 against him. That is, let's see, he had a double back in the 2nd. As a career hitter, he's only at 205, and that gives him 5 hits in 20 at-bats against Ted Balloon. 2 outs and the bases empty for him. And I gotta say, the blue shoes are a strong look with this uniform.
I do like this, yeah.
Curveball misses low, 1-0. Swung on, lifted down the left field line, but looks like it's gonna fall foul. And sure enough, it does. That'll be 1-1 instead. A fastball that time. Instead rears back, and that is also chopped foul. Nobody even bothers to get that one. It'll be 1-2. Balloon now at 58 pitches. Let's see if he can get the punch out here. Not quite. He misses high and outside with a fastball. 2-2 now. That is also fouled off and will stay at 2-2. He's got a lot of trouble against Burton today for some reason. 60 pitches on the line for Ted Balloon now. He's at 14 on the inning, and he gets him! Fifth strikeout for Ted Balloon on the forkball this time, and he sends us to the fifth, still scoreless. Tough, long inning, but he made it through. Let me ask you this. What is your confidence level at this point in the game?
It's actually pretty high because I think all they need to do is score one or two, and then they can maybe keep the other team at zero, and that might be it. So I feel like they're capable of scoring one or two. What do you think?
I wish I shared your confidence.
Fair enough. Do you think the Picudos are going to score one or two?
I was not impressed with the Navegadores'. It's more that I was not impressed with the Navegadores' spring performance. Their
Yeah.
offense had long stretches of just being completely dead.
Mhm.
So that is the main thing worrying me. It kind of feels like at the rate they're going, they're not gonna get much across against Kane O'Leary. If they do, it'll be. I think where you might be right is if they do, I think it'll be late enough in the game
Yeah.
that it'll make a huge difference there because obviously then Ted can just kind of cruise it out. But
Yeah.
we have also seen some pretty epic collapses, like we did last week, where the defense just kind of completely failed to back up their pitcher. So that is a real worry.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, just letting everybody know we're after the fourth now. We forgot to do this after.
Well, there wasn't much to report, was there?
No, not really. You are correct as far as that goes. Very unfortunate. You usually want to see a more exciting game than this, I think, in opening day.
Yeah.
But who
Especially
knows?
after that. Yeah.
Especially after, sorry.
Especially after that first inning, or during that first inning, I guess I should say, where things seemed to go so wildly wrong for the Naves so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought they were going to get into trouble there, but they didn't.
Nope. All right, here comes Benji Valdez, who is 0 for 1 on the night. He faces Kane O'Leary, who is at 53 pitches over 4 innings, having allowed just the 2 hits. Let's see what Benji's got in store for us here. As that fastball misses low, 1-0. Both teams are definitely taking the same game plan, I think, to their at bats. Make him waste pitches, see a lot of throws. I mean, obviously, this is after Rob and Eto'o went the first time around.
Yeah.
But there clearly seem to be drain him, make him, tire him out, and then we'll see whether the cat eats tomato.
Yep. We sure will.
1-1 count. As Benji checks his swing successfully, looks like. What? They're calling that a strike.
Come on.
Or rather, they're calling
So
that a
far out.
swing. They're saying that his shoulder went into it. Uh-huh, sure.
No.
Let me introduce you to another famous Puerto Rican expression. Aha, sí, Pepe. Yeah, okay, my guy.
I feel
1
like
2
you
count.
can really put the proper spin on that type of phrase.
Did that not get called a strike? Okay, the umpire might be interested in making up for that call because that looked like it cut inside.
Yeah.
But it's a 2-2 count at any rate. See what happens here. Valdez bounces it up the middle, but not quite away from Vasquez, his opposite number, who reaches for it, gloves it, throws over to Perez, and that is out number 1. We stay with bases empty for Frank Del Castillo, who might have started a rally last time if he could have gotten his ass to second base on time. But
Yeah.
he did get a base hit. So with one out and the bases empty, let's see if he can repeat the magic. As that slider hits at the bottom of the zone and it's 0-1. Is that also a strike? Yes, cutter taken for a strike, and O'Leary has Del Castillo in the hole quickly enough. Let's see if he'll finish him off here. No, he won't. Frank Del Castillo fouls off the fastball, so we'll stay at 0-2 with an out and empty bases. Del Castillo lines that one foul. Ask me how I knew it was going foul before it even turned that way.
Isidro Damas comes back into play.
I don't even think that's Isidro Ramos. I think it's Isidro has seen a lot of footage.
True.
We stay at 0-2. Let's see if he can at least get a few more pitches out of this AB. Sure enough, that slider misses low, and Frank is at a 1-2 count now. De Castillo fouls that one off. He's in a fight. 6 pitches in now. Let's see what pitch number 7 will bring. Is this where O'Leary gets his? That is also line foul. I was less sure about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Pitch number 8 coming up. Let's see what O'Leary wants to do with him here. And he misses again with a cutter this time to make it 2-2. So pitch number 9. Number 9. That is swung on. It goes to Vasquez, who has, again, all the time in the world to throw to first. De Castillo will be out, and the bases remain empty for Spike Stonehand, who is 0 for 1 on the day. Believe it or not, Spike Stonehand against Kane O'Leary is a good matchup. In 16 at-bats, Spike Stonehand has what I believe to be 5 hits, possibly 6, and a home run.
Oh, wow. A home run would be nice tonight.
That would be great. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love to be proven wrong. As he fires that fastball and it's outside, 1-0. So O'Leary is also aware of this home run that happened. Stonehand watches the cutter fall low, and it's ball 2. 2-0 now. O'Leary's pitching him nothing close to the zone. Everything has been on the ground. 3-0 count.
Yep.
Interesting game plan from Kane here. Got him. 4-pitch walk. Beautifully done by Spike Stonehand. And if you had your bet that the first member of the Navegadores lineup to collect a walk in 1905 was going to be Spike Stonehand, you're a liar.
Yep.
Here comes Ted Balloon with a man on and 2 outs. Let's see if they can extend the inning a little further, give themselves something to celebrate maybe. As Ted Balloon watches that pitch, it's a cutter and it's in there for a strike. Do you remember that time that I believe it was Underwood and Stonehand did a double steal in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think I do.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen because there was no way in hell they weren't going to catch Stonehand.
Yeah, they do love to steal though, don't they, those boys?
Mm-hmm. 0-1 count. Can you blame them?
Yeah.
Balloon takes that pitch. It goes by for ball 1. Balloon rockets that one to second base and it gets past Santos. That's going to put 2 on.
Oh, man.
Santos couldn't pick it up on that one, and it'll be an infield hit for Ted Balloon. With 2 on and 2 outs in the best situation they've had for a while, here comes Felix Pucar, who is 0 for 1 on the day. That was his first at-bat against O'Leary. Let's see if he can do better here. O'Leary had 74 pitches over the 14 outs he has pitched. 3 hits and a walk. Pucar swings right through that first pitch as a fastball, 0-1. Then that's another strike on the slider, and I think we're about to watch a strikeout. Let's hope not, but I think that's what we're about to see. Nope, he fouls it off. Gets a piece of that slider and makes it 0-2 still. Let's see if he can do it again. Ooh. O'Leary misses with a fastball and makes it a 1-2 count. Misses again with the slider, makes it a 2-2 count. Kane O'Leary about to throw pitch number 80 here. And he got him. Bucar goes down on strikes. The Naguabo fifth is over. They strand 2 runners. Their turn to do that after getting another base hit and a walk. But at least they stopped that chain of getting runners retired. Or hitters, rather. Here in the bottom of the 5th at 61 pitches over 4 innings, Ted Balloon will face the bottom of the Picudos lineup. If he can keep them off the bases, his team seems to be starting to get to O'Leary. Starting. Not quite getting to him. Starting.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes Arnaldo Espinosa, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Espinosa bangs that one into center field. Vidal Santiago has to run down there to get it. And hopefully that will not be an extra base hit, but if wishes were horses, right?
Yep.
And you know what would be wonderful is if there had been a different person standing in center field that might have held that to a single or maybe even caught it. Luisa, would you like to tell everybody why it's Vidal Santiago who's normally in left field playing center tonight?
Someone is suspected of dropping more balls, and I don't remember which one it is, but they moved to try to play it safe on that, correct?
That's the more immediate reason. The starting center fielder for the Navegadores is not currently playing.
Oh, I see.
Now is he?
Getting at. We are talking about Graham Ham Underwood, a man who threw his helmet at an umpire during spring training and got himself suspended for 3 regular season games.
Not just threw his helmet at an umpire, he made contact.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad all around. And why would you do that? I guess I don't know. I guess I can't narrow in on why someone would do that.
I think if I were more English, this is where I would make a joke about the fact that he's from Newcastle.
Oh, yeah?
That's like a real Lee Mack joke.
He says, "Stitch this, Jimmy," and headbutts him.
Sure. I'm going to pretend I know what any of that means.
Hooliganism.
Are Geordies Newcastle? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
I wasn't entirely sure. All right, here we go. Man on second and no outs. And now he's facing Ricardo Vasquez. Ted has gotten out of jams like this before, so we're somewhat confident he can do it again. But, well, let's see what happens. Balloon did not like that call because that pitch was inside the zone. And the umpire still called it ball 1. Let's see there. Fastball right down the middle, and he gets the strike call this time. And you imagine Ted's kind of like, is that ball 2? Are you going to call that outside?
Yeah.
1-1. He's going to miss again, though. That pitch, definite ball. 2-1 now. That is swung on. It goes to Shirley. He throws to first. A bad throw, but it's picked by Rob Feaster, and that's out number 1. Espinosa at third as the go-ahead run for Otilio Valle, who is 0 for 1. Ted Balloon needs the cheap out here, and this is going to be the first test of how good he is in 1905. Last year, he had a career year. Mm-hmm. His second Campeón selection was widely considered one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. 1.74 ERA. Heavily lowered his fielding independent pitching, although he, of course, still led the league in hit batsmen. So there is that.
Of course.
Valle flies that one foul, way past Gentleman's Point, so I don't think Frank's catching that one. And no, indeed, he lets it go by. Strike 1. A strike's a strike, so if Ted can get strike 3, it won't matter much. Forkball is indeed called a strike. Let's see if Ted can punch him out here on pitch number 69.
Nice.
And he does! Ted Balloon, 6th strikeout of the game, this time on the curveball, to give himself 2 outs with a man on third and face Enrique Santos, who is 0 for 1 on the day. He has seen 2 pitches today. He has reached first base on both. Neither have been a base hit.
Mm.
The first was a reach on error from Wally Balk, of all people, and the third was, oh, thank God. The pitch hits the dirt, but Stonehand blocks it, and the runner has to hold up at third. It'll still be ball 1. That is swung on, lifted down the left field line, but fouled. It's going to be strike 1 unless Bucar has different feelings on Gentleman's Point than most of the Navegadores. Ooh, look, there's another sapphire shirt in the front row.
Mm-hmm. And some acid wash jeans as well.
Very cool. I don't even know how they have that at the time. That's real.
They had acid. They could figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
1-1 count. That curveball misses low. Ball 1. Ball 2, rather. That is also swung on and fouled to make it 2-2. Ted here got to summon up the blood, imitate the action of the tiger, and get this out. And he can't. He misses with a forkball to bring this to a full count. Look at the consistency in where the balls have all been. Mm-hmm. They've all been the same corner.
That's pretty good.
So here goes nothing. This will be a payoff pitch. Got him! 7th strikeout for Ted Balloon, and he retires the side on the fastball. The Picudos get a hit and nothing else, stranding a runner at third, which I will remind you is farther than any Navegador has gotten.
Yep.
So as we head into the 6th, let's update everybody and let them know this is where we're at.
Oh, man.
Heck of a lot of fun, huh?
Someone has to score. Technically, someone will have to.
Yes, somehow. It's pretty incredible that they haven't managed to get past second base. And it's also quite incredible that Ted has yet to hit anyone else.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Maybe he's improving.
Yes. He does usually kind of get there. He doesn't always start there that way. It takes a bit, maybe, now and again. Okay, here we go. Wait a second. Okay. We go into the 6th. Kane O'Leary facing the top of the Naves lineup. He is through 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Rob Feaster is over 2 on the day. And he already has a first pitch swing on the record. Let's see if he'll do it again, just for funsies. Well, O'Leary misses inside with a fastball, and Rob is nobody's fool now, this far into the game. He takes it, and it's 1-0. That gets called a strike as O'Leary manages to poke that one slightly inside the zone, just barely. 1-1 here. And here goes nothing. Feaster is through the right side of the infield for his first hit of the 1905 season. Now, this is Rob. This is the Grackle we're talking about. This is not Frank de Castillo.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he makes this steal? We know he's going to try. Do you think he succeeds?
I'm going to say yes. I think he can do it.
All right, let's see if you're right, because if he does, when Rob is on, that is when you start to see things really turn around for the Navegadores. He is, there's that expression, the straw that stirs the drink.
Mm-hmm.
That's him. The fact that he's able to create opportunities to drive in runs by being able to steal second and third or steal second and reach on a double, that's the kind of base running they need. When their base running game is on point, the rest just kind of falls into place.
Yeah,
So here
hopefully.
so here comes Sherdlu, who is over 2. First pitch to him, and it's a pitch out.
Oh.
Feaster detected that and did not go 1-0. Let's see pitch number 2. Here comes Rob Feaster, and
Yeah,
that
of course
throw
he
is going
does.
to be millennia late. Rob
Yeah.
Feaster has the first stolen base of the Naguabo season of 1905. That one, anyone could have predicted. No one was going
Yeah.
to give you money on that.
I'm surprised the catcher didn't pop up and throw that faster, knowing, of course, knowing that he was going to steal. But
Yeah. Very weird. I think there are guys against which the general rule is you're not going to do 2 pitch outs, right? That wastes 2 balls, puts the hitter well ahead of you.
yeah,
Rob might be the one guy against whom it's worth doing it.
yeah,
All right, here goes nothing. Sherdlu, 2 balls on him as he fouls that one off just for fun. It's 2-1 now. That one probably would have been called ball 3, although the umpire has been a little bit tight at the low end of the zone. And he fouls off that one to even the count of 2-2. Really got to work on his pitch recognition here, as that one might have been called ball 4. But instead, he's got 2 strikes on him with a man on second and the base is empty. So he's got to hope O'Leary makes a mistake here. And he does! O'Leary hits him.
oh man,
Looks like it's a cutter. Little bit errant there. No injury, so Sherdlu will trot down. And that's 2-1 with no outs for Vidal Santiago. So as it turns out, that steal turned out to be completely unnecessary.
yeah, of course.
On the other hand, Sherdlu did work on his base running, so I wonder if they're going to try a double steal here.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
Here comes Vidal Santiago. He is 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch to him. And there they go. Rob Feaster going for third. Not in time with that tag somehow. And Rob Feaster has stolen second and third on the same trip around the bases. And of course, all of those pitches that he's stolen on have also been balls. So Vidal Santiago now has an advantage over the pitcher here. And all he has to do is fly one out into the outfield. And we've got ourselves our first Navegadores run of the game.
Mm-hmm.
1-0 count. As that misses inside the slider, 2-0. Cracks that one. It's a ground out to Vasquez. Or actually, it's going to be to Tafoya, I think. And he will throw to first. He's not going to try for the double play there. So Vidal Santiago will be out at first. Sherdlu advances to second, however. And that puts 2 in scoring position for Wally Bach, who's 0 for 2.
Nice.
Now would be the time for those magical Australian powers to reveal themselves.
Mm-hmm.
2 on, 1 out. Let's see what he can do. Bach pokes that one, and they're going to go home for the first one. Looks like he got out. Feaster is out.
Oh my god.
So they'll put runners on the corners with 2 outs, this time for Benji Valdez, who's 0 for 2. And it would be nice if he would strap on his superhero cape and remember how good he is against O'Leary.
Yeah.
Here goes nothing. Would be a great time for his first triple of the year. As, let's see, O'Leary misses inside with a slider, 1-0. Benji swings on that one, and that looks like it's going to drop. How is that foul? Alrighty, it's 1-1. This umpire is gambling.
Yeah.
Fastball is not in there. It'll be ball 2. Swings on that one and sends it exactly the same place. So it'll also be called foul. So it'll be strike 2. 2-2 count on 2 fouls that have both been well within fair territory. O'Leary misses inside, and that brings us to a full count. So this will be yet another payoff pitch. That is rocketed to Santos, and he gets through. They're going to score on that one. A run will come home as Balk breaks for second on that. Valdez swings. Santos can't get a grip, and it's an infield hit. Shurdlu scores, and the Navegadores go ahead 1-0 on the RBI single from Benji Valdez.
Nice.
All right, let's let everybody know that.
We're finally seeing something.
That we are. This is amazing. Usually, again,
I wonder if this has energized the Naves enough to actually score more than one run this inning. That would be great, but they've already got 2 outs.
yeah, that's the problem. The run expectancy is very, very low.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where we're going to do the smart thing and notify the people whose players are involved so that they can feel proud of their computer baseball men.
Unlike me.
Oh, yeah? Yeah? Why are you not proud of your computer baseball man? Do you have
He's
reason
so
to not be proud?
I guess. I guess he's hot-tempered. I never thought of him that way before, but,
It's all that. It's
throwing
all
your...
that pork.
Yeah. Angries up the blood.
Mm-hmm. The red meat, especially with the question mark spices.
Yes. Those deviling spices, which was originally mustard.
Seriously, that's what was considered devilish?
Yes.
Interesting. And this brings a whole new meaning to the term demon seed.
Brassicas. Is there anything they can't do?
People actually don't know this. The forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden. People say, was it a pomegranate? Was it an apple? People don't know this. It was actually a Brussels sprout.
I'd believe it. The snake winding around one of those weird long stalks Brussels sprouts grow on.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy.
Now we're talking. Now we're cooking electronically. See, you think that saying's been...
Now we've joined the Anonymous Society for Electricity.
Hell yeah! There we go. You would
Sorry,
think...
what were you gonna say?
Well, I was going to say that you would think that Navegadores... you would think... Oh my god, now I can't remember. Hey, Seasiler, you are joining us as the Navegadores have just taken a lead. This is... a wild event, frankly, in how this game has gone. We really thought this was going to be, not super fun, I guess, in a very tense game. But here we are. Oh my god, what the Brussels sprouts? It was okay.
Yeah.
So we were somewhere between Brussels sprouts and the joining the Anonymous Electric Light Society.
Yes.
Is that where I got lost there? It was
Yes.
the snake winding itself around the Brussels sprouts, the long stalk.
Yes.
That's where I got lost. What happened after that?
You said this is when we're cooking with...
Oh, cooking electronically. Yes, I discovered that in a 1954 mystery. Since I've always heard the saying as, now you're cooking with gas, right? But of course, at the time, maybe now you're cooking electronically means like now you're thinking on a new level because electric kitchens and so on may have been relatively new.
Oh, was that line in the book?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And somebody uses it in the exact way that we now say, now you're cooking with gas.
Huh. Yeah, I guess so. One of those kitchens of the future you see in old media. Push buttons and all.
And Fallout 4, so also new media.
Nice.
Anyway, here comes Frank, who is 1 for 2 on the day with 2 on and 2 outs. Let's see. Kane O'Leary nearly at 100 pitches. Frank could take advantage of the situation here and really put them ahead. As O'Leary misses low with a cutter, 1-0. Pitch number 100 coming up. And Frank swings right through it. A slider. That's strike one, and it's 1-1 now. He watches a cutter right down the middle and doesn't do anything to it. Well, now they kind of deserve to strand the two runners.
Yeah.
But here goes nothing. Swings on that one and hits it on a line to Tafoya, and they do in fact strand them. So 2 hits to score a run, and then they strand 2 other runners that probably would have come around to score or would have RBI'd, would have BI'd in, no, would have BI'd some R's in.
Uh-huh. Sounds like you're trying to censor yourself there.
Yes, it does. Had they strategized a little bit better during their at-bats. The Navegadores remain ahead. They are ahead. Let's see if they can remain ahead after this inning, where Ted Balloon will face the 2-3-4 hitters, including Julian Alvarez, who has a hit off of him. Ted Balloon is through 5 innings on 75 pitches, 3 hits, and 7 strikeouts. He's throwing down the gauntlet to Everton Stack. They dueled to see how many strikeouts they could get in one game last year. One of them would set the record, and then the next guy would top it, and then Stack would top that, and then Balloon would top that. I think Balloon currently has the record.
Makes sense.
I can check this pretty quickly. Hang on. Let's see. Navegadores, da-da-da. Playoff game record is Everton Stack with 13. Which he did in a game that I'm pretty sure he didn't complete, funnily enough. And let's see here. No. I need... And then Balloon. I know he... This would have been right before the playoffs. So let's see. When did this happen? Huh. Maybe Ted Balloon sets. Ties. Oh, man. Don't make me go check the almanac. I can do it, but it's going to take a minute. It was in his last start of the season. I remember that. Well, last start, yeah, before the playoffs, I mean. So this would have been before Arecibo. No, that was Chatwin. So was it the Artilleros? Oh, so it wasn't that one. Oh, there it is. It was October 9th against the Guavaleros. He struck out 14.
Okay.
Yeah, which is indeed the Navegadores regular season game record. Okay, here we go. We're back to it. He'll face Julian Alvarez as that first pitch is a cold strike on the fastball. Man, there were years you always knew that Ted kind of had that in him, but the idea that he would be able to strike out 14 guys in one game and win that game and finish the game, kind of new. That's very much a 1904 Ted Balloon move.
Yeah.
Second fastball misses inside, 1-1. As that is swung on, and if that does not get called foul, I am going to break something. And indeed it is. That is strike 2 on the fastball. All fastballs so far from Ted Balloon. Let's see if he goes for a breaker here to try and finish him off. And it turns out he does! It's a forkball for punch-out number 8 from Ted Balloon. I wonder, there was a Cotorras game earlier. Ooh, it's not available right now. I was kind of hoping we'd be able to see if Ezequiel Vasquez has already struck out like 25 guys in one game. Last year he struck out over 400 hitters. It's absurd. The fact that he managed to do that. Nobody has done it since Carlos Chavez back in the 1880s, who was, his delivery was so weird that he was nicknamed El Disparate, which is roughly nonsense.
Interesting.
Here comes Luis Perez, who is 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out last time. Ted will be looking for punch-out number 9. And he gets a foul. Fastball in there. Ooh, and a nice foul to attract. High and tight. Jammed him up a little bit there. Follows that up with another fastball in there for a strike. Let's see if Ted can do it again. Nope. Perez grounds that one foul. A curveball this time, so we'll stay at 0-2. Rears back for the two-strike pitch again and misses away with the fastball. Now it's 1-2, and I think now is when Ted usually tunnel visions and tries to win the at-bat. Perez bangs that one foul, and it gets past Feaster in foul territory. A forkball there. So we'll stay at 1-2 is the point. That is swung on, and it's hit into left field. Buchart, did he get it? He did! He grabbed that! That was a shoestring catch from Felix Buchart. La Solucion saves a base hit.
Amazing.
I think that hit the ground and the umpire did not notice.
Yeah, maybe he did some fancy glove work on it.
I mean, the way he bent over, I do think he may have actually managed to scoop it, but it did kind of look like it bounced.
Yeah.
By the way, we already have our first 2-home run game of the season, not from the same player, but Jake Getman, the other Russian in the league, hit one for Umagao
Oh, wow. We
to
know
bring
that
them
guy.
within 1 run. Yeah, one of the best players in the league. He was awesome last year. Kind of fell off towards the end, but still, very reliable power hitter. Here comes Menendo Tafoya, who is over 2 on the day. Let's see if Ted can get out of this inning cleanly. As Tafoya swings right through that fastball, 0-1. See, this is something you've brought up about Ted. You brought up his reliance on his fastball when it's not his pitch.
Yeah, he just really likes it for some reason.
Yeah. Misses inside here, 1-1. And the weird bit is, he starts to rely more on it as he gets more tired.
Ah, shame.
Tafoya fouls off the changeup. Obviously thrown because Ted heard us talking crap. Let's see, can he finish him off here? Ooh, Tafoya at the last second fouls it off just when you thought he was going to be punch out number 9. He gets back into the game, 1-2 still. And he fouls off that one as well. Last minute on the curveball. 1-2 now. Or staying 1-2, rather. Got him! Punch out number 9 for Ted Balloon. We are through 6. The Picudos go down in order. Naguabo remains in the lead. So they'll now have a chance with the bottom of the lineup coming up to see if they can extend that lead at all, or if they just want to give Kane O'Leary a bit of a workout. So how are you feeling now, is my question.
I feel confident with my earlier prediction. They were able to get 1 run. I think they can hold the other team to 0 the rest of the game, and they're going to win 1-0. What do you think?
I am very excited to see where this goes because Ted has a tendency to actually be very, very good at the end of the game.
Okay.
It suddenly, even if he has a little bit of a shaky start, shaky first inning, second inning, after the 5th or 6th, actually, is when he seems to kind of tool down. Like, yes, we have seen some collapses from him, but if the defense is on point, which it mostly has been this time around, a lot of times the late innings is where he shines, and I'm not really sure why, because it should not happen. But
I guess we'll see.
yeah, I mean, he's just, there is no one like Ted.
True.
There are a lot of, like, this era of the Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña is characters welcome era, okay? There's a lot of weird guys in this entire league, a lot of random guys that play in a way that nobody would have ever expected. Teams are kind of just slapping rosters together and trying to figure out what are we going to do here.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of times you're kind of shocked by who is able to overperform, what teams succeed with weird pitchers and so on.
Yeah.
Despite all of that, we feel completely confident in saying that there is not a single pitcher out there who pitches like Looney
Yeah. For sure.
The man is on another level. I don't know what he. I don't understand him. It literally we're studying him right now for a longer form piece, and it is the idea that a man who cannot stop plunking guys with errant changeups is also an incredibly effective power pitcher blows my mind.
Yeah, really.
You have got to be kidding me. The Milagrosos tied it with another home run from Benjamin Brown.
Oh, wow. He's having a day.
So 3 home runs in the same game, all 3 from different players.
Amazing.
And here comes the bottom of the lineup against Kane O'Leary, who's at 102 pitches over 6 innings, 5 hits, an earned run, a walk, and a strikeout. Spike Stonehand is 0 for 1 plus a walk. Oh, jeez. I was so busy letting everybody know that I forgot. We need a message from our sponsors.
That's true. That is true. Folks, I would like to tell you about Salvador Alcina's Golden Niceties. This is an establishment where you can get military equipment and a full assortment of sabers, swords, badges for officers of the Army and Navy, medals, and decorations. Also insignia for revenue and telegraph officers. Maybe they can make those patches we were talking about earlier for the society. Coats of arms, kepis, cockades, Teresian caps, regulation headgear for the Merchant Marine, the Capitoline Guard, and other departments and offices of the insular government. Also, wool patches depicting coats of arms for flags. Make your own flag, easy. An assortment of sheet music. A lot of marches in there, I bet. And it is located in Plaza General Rojas in, of course, Puerto Rico. I've talked before about how they probably make the awards that would be given to the various players of the league at the end of the seasons. But I suppose they might also make banners and flags and things for the various stadiums.
Yes, especially I would say in this era. They were very baseball in this era would have been how do I put this? Very identified with the recent military triumphs and over the Americans and would have been very much a nationalistic endeavor.
Yeah.
Which it always kind of was, but now especially after in the early 20th century, baseball fields, a lot of them. So the reason a lot of teams ended up getting new stadia is because their stadia, their existing ones, had been shot up during the war. So it was some of these were legitimately very damaged and needed to be repaired, and in the end it was just, well, fine, double the number of benches in there, let's figure it out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it was pretty amazing how much it became identified with the Puerto Rican government during this era.
Yeah. And it does seem like the type of thing you could sort of spin to people as come and support your local team. It's like kind of the patriotic thing to do.
Yes, exactly. Wool patches. Everything is made of wool then, even in the tropics, says Seiler. Puerto Rico might be the one place where that's not the case because cotton was such a big industry locally, at least for part of the 19th century.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, this is a Puerto Rico that isn't reporting to Spain and isn't reporting to the United States. So that does change things.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So you could have seen that. I would believe that the military would wear wool though. They would probably pride themselves on, we're tough. We can do this even in the tropics.
Yep.
Anyway, Here we go in the top of the seventh. Spike Stonehand has watched the slider go by for a called first strike. Pardon me. Kane O'Leary coming in with the second pitch. Thank you, C. Seiler, for reminding us to read the sponsorship message here as the fastball. Ooh, Stonehand goes around on that swing and it's 0-2. And see, that's a way more normal spiked Stonehand AB. Kane O'Leary getting his second strikeout there. Honestly, if you strike out Spike, I know this is the new and improved Spike. It shouldn't count.
Yeah.
That's playing on easy mode. You can't do that. It's like if you catch Frank the Castillo stealing on a first pitch, that shouldn't count either. Of course that was going to happen. That's like asking the scorpion not to sting you. Ted Balloon comes up. He is 1 for 2 on the day. He had an infield hit, as I remember last time. His first hit off of O'Leary in 2 ABs. And that's an opening cutter, which is down there for a strike, 0-1. Really what I was hoping for this inning, and you have got to be kidding me. O'Leary hits, get this, the opposing pitcher has hit more guys than Ted Balloon has.
That's impossible. I don't believe that has actually happened. That cannot have happened. I would never have believed it before this game, and I don't believe it now.
Wool baseball cap from the 1940s. I wore it in the 70s. Loved it for Too Hot for Texas. Yeah. Yes, I can understand that. I can totally understand.
We're also talking about a time where no matter where you lived, it was expected to wear full-length dresses or trousers and long-sleeve shirts at all times in every season. So you feel like they would handle wool a little better.
Yes, and to be clear, this is a very conservative country socially, morally in that way. So you would absolutely like people would be dressed up. It's just a question of how they make the trade-off between what can we do to help circulate, the body heat kind of thing.
Yeah.
I need to let everybody and their dog know that this happened. So get this. Ted Balloon, the opposing pitcher, pardon me. This is, I would love to know. God, now we're going to have to go back and do this. I don't have time. I don't have time to add this to the list of research stuff I have to do. But I'm trying to decide how often it has happened that Ted has hit fewer guys than his opposing number. And assuming that they both hit guys.
Yeah.
For the record, studying him now, the legend of this man is incredible. His first game, he hit 2 guys and threw 4 wild pitches. Very funny. I've never seen a career like this. I really haven't.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Man on first and 1 out for Felix Bucar. He's over 2, of course. I cannot tell you how tempted I am to put. Let's see. Can Min-Soo Kim... Well, he's never played left field before, and it's just a bad idea to put him out there. Okay, so that's out. My man here also cannot play left field. Yep, and I can't move Ted Balloon off of the DH spot without losing the DH and having to pinch hit for everybody, so that's also not practicable.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, I could put Sunbedon in left field, but I think Bucar earned it with that shoestring catch. We're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Pickoff move to first there. And here goes nothing. There goes Ted. Is he going to be in time? I think so, and he is. Ted Balloon
Hey!
steals his first base of the season.
Yay.
The opposing pitcher just stole on you, bro. Man on
You didn't
second.
even hit him. You didn't even hit him with a pitch to teach him where his place.
Yeah. 2-0, 1-0 count, pardon me. Man on second now and 1 out. Let's see if Bukar can at least move him to third. That's going to be really the important part here as he fouls off that fastball 1-1. Swings on that one, and it's over Vasquez's head. Ted Balloon will make the third, and Felix Bukar has his first hit of the season.
Nice.
O'Leary underestimated the bottom of the lineup, and now he's got runners on the corners with 1 out for Rob Feaster, who seems to finally be out for blood. Feaster is 1 for 3, getting that hit in his last AB. He did not score because he got thrown out at home on a fielder's choice. Now let's see if he can bat in the insurance. As that fastball misses low, 1-0. I really hope. Pretty sure Bukar has been told not to steal.
We'll see.
He's been given the red light.
Mm-hmm.
Ball 2. Okay, that is bounced to Santos. He goes to second for 1, but that ground out is still going to score a run. It'll be an RBI ground out as Ted Balloon scores for Naguabo from third. Rob Feaster will be aboard and with another chance to steal. And boy, oh boy, we finally started copying the text of the after inning updates so everybody would know what the heck we were doing. And now it's really backfired on us because now we have to write a lot of non-standard messages.
It's all going according to my plan. I'm going to take a minute to gloat, and surely this will not come back to haunt me.
What was... and now, hang on. What was your plan here?
My plan was they would score 1 to 2 runs, and they would win the game on that because the Picudos will not score any, and I still predict it.
I do think the Navegadores, for an offense that is so good at producing runs, does love to do that. You are correct. Which is a weird thing, I think.
How so?
I don't know. It's just you don't... When you have... How can I make this a metaphor? It's like...
10,000 spoons.
Yes, exactly correct. It's like if you have a really... Yeah, you do like stock car racing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have this souped up car. It's very well made and everything. And then you just kind of like hung out. It's like if you rubber banded the other race car. If you just like
Okay.
it stayed at a certain speed or something like that away from them, and you just kind of played slightly near them, but didn't take too. You took like a tasteful lead off of them, kind of thing. Like you wouldn't stay too far ahead.
Oh man, this metaphor's gotten so far away. For me, for what the start is, I can't relate it to this game
I
anymore.
guess what I'm saying is they don't keep their foot on the gas most of the time. Is where I'm going with this. They're happy to score the 2 runs and then consider that enough.
Oh yeah, tortoise in the hare. We've seen that from them before, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh,
But not
good.
tonight. Tonight they are gonna make my prediction come true.
Yeah, here's hoping. Wait a second. I seem to be missing. Oh dear. I am missing one of the people who needs to be cited here. This is not good. I'm not doing a good job here.
What are you talking about?
I need to find... Here we go. I'm trying to cite the people who have been involved in... Whose players are involved in each play.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
so that they know that their boys are doing some good stuff.
Mhm.
And I realized that I wasn't following one of them, so that's why I couldn't find them easily.
Okay.
Okay, here goes nothing. We're back in. Man on first with 2 outs for Eto and Shirt Lou. Kane O'Leary at 113 pitches, and he's still not getting pulled. And yes, that is the sound of you starting to post on Mastodon. I should probably mute that. I always forget because this is basically the only time that this happens. But also, it's such a pleasing sound sometimes.
I
Sometimes.
didn't even hear it.
Oh, interesting. Because let me tell you something. It's definitely gonna be audible on the on the recording.
Huh.
Sure, Lou, of course, got hit by a pitch last time and pickoff attempt there, but Feaster is back. Do you think he's gonna? Do you think he does it again? Do you think he steals again?
I'm gonna say yes.
All right, let's see. And there he goes. And that time, oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna get nailed. Yep,
Dang.
he's out. All right, Espinosa caught his second stealer of the night. Naguabo now leads 2-0, and we head into the bottom of the seventh. Ted Balloon will be up there. We're not gonna, no, vote of confidence. We're not putting anybody up yet. He's not even at 120 pitches. No. Ted Balloon over 6 innings, 3 hits, 9 strikeouts, and he will face Sam Thompson, Lester Burton, and Arnaldo Espinosa. Sam Thompson is 0 for 2 on the day. As Thompson immediately swings right through a fastball 0-1. And he held up on the curveball, which barely missed, but fair enough. See, against Balloon, he's at 214 and 28 ABs. And Balloon starts playing with his food again. He misses inside with a changeup, 2-1. He just loves doing this. He will have an approach that's working. But there he goes again. Fastball right down the middle, and Thompson swings right through it, 2-2. And then misses high and away. This will be a payoff pitch.
Here we go.
Here we go again. Thompson flies that one down the line, and it's going to go foul, so we'll have to do it again. Payoff pitch number 2 coming right up. Thompson flies that one out to left field, but that'll be down the left field line, and it'll go foul. As La Solucion watches it go by him. Payoff pitch number 3. It's a walk. Damn. I thought Ted was going to get by with a walkless game on this one.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. Here comes Lester Burton, who's 1 for 2. Let's see if he can avoid the collapse here. A double play would be nice. Lester Burton also struck out before. That would be cool as well. Fastball hit foul away, 0-1. As Ted then misses with that fastball, 1-1. Sad trombone, I think. Fastball is in there for a strike, 1-2. Let's see if he'll finish him off here. Ooh, got him on the check swing.
Nice.
He goes around. It's the 10th strikeout for Ted Balloon in his first game on the curveball, which, for the record, the curveball is the sexiest strikeout pitch.
Back that up.
There is no more Well, look at the shape of a curveball, right? Like, it basically, if it's a 12-6, it goes way up and then down. And there is nothing, from a TV broadcast standpoint, there is nothing more embarrassing for the hitter than you watching and seeing the ball go way up and then just crush right down. The number of pitchers I've seen just throw a curveball like that and then just walk off the mound knowing they're going to get the strikeout is hilarious.
All right. You've supported your position, and I do believe it.
Here comes Arnaldo Espinosa, who is 1 for 2. Last time, of course, he doubled. And Balloon here lets him miss that fastball, 0-1. Espinosa pops that one up. Cheap out incoming if they don't drop it. Rob Feaster and Stonehand trying to the side, but it's Feaster who'll take it. as Ted covers first base. That's a height disparity and a half. Do you see how Ted is like clipping into the guy behind him?
Yeah, it's very strange. He looks
I
like he's built on a different scale. It's not just a height thing. He's
mm-hmm
like
mm-hmm
hobbit proportions.
yes, it looks like a forced perspective shot. You're right. Hello, we have a pinch hitter now hitting for the
Oh,
Picudos de Ceiba, number 12, Sebastian Cobos, making his LNP debut. How
oh
cool is
wow.
that?
Where's he from?
He is from San Juan. He signed a contract with the Picudos on the 21st. It says here of
Oh,
January. Did I
well,
mention he
all
was
right.
number 12?
That's good to know.
Yeah, he's going to be, looks like he's going to be standing in at shortstop, which is interesting because he's not a good fielder. You do you, I guess. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, he's got the blue shoes. As that fastball misses high, 1-0. Ted's not going to know how to deal with this, but he gets a high. It goes to Sherlew, and he grounds it out to first. Rob Feaster picks the pitch, and we can finally say the seventh inning is over. That's going to end it. Clean inning from Ted Balloon there. The Navegadores remain out in front of the Picudos 2-0. Ted Balloon collects his 10th strikeout of the night as he has pitched now 7 scoreless. What an
Nice.
incredible game we are watching on opening day. Tense. It's not tense, but it is going beautifully for the Navegadores so far. The question is, can they take it all the way to the house?
Can they? Let's see.
Well, you were the one who wanted this to be the plan, so I hope that you're feeling more confident now.
I am, but the closer it gets to coming perfectly true, the more nervous it makes me.
And actually, I said it was a clean inning. It was a scoreless inning. He allowed a walk.
True.
But still, I mean, that's it. It is pretty incredible. Like Ted always kind of had. We keep hoping we're gonna see the Ted Balloon no hitter. We think out of the current 4 pitchers that the Navegadores have put out, we think he's the most likely one because of course walks and hit batsmen and the and errors are allowed. So there's a real chance there for him to be able to get a pretty ugly no hitter put together, right?
Yeah.
So that's really exciting. But he became like this huge shutout artist last year, where I mean, as we know, the last game that he pitched was the game 4 of the national championship, and it was his first playoff shutout.
Mhm.
And he's been pitching for 3 years in the postseason and had never been able to do it. But there it is. He finally did. All right, here we go. Top of the 8th. It's going to be Sherlew, Santiago, and Balk against Kane O'Leary, who's at 114 pitches, 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Eto'o Sherlew is 0 for 2 plus a hit by pitch on the day, which happened last time he came up, actually. Sherlew apparently does not like that call. I'm not sure why. It is perfectly in keeping there. 0-1. He swings on that one and hits it, but foul. So it'll be strike 2. Sherlew, I gotta say, is in a really tough spot here. He's hitting second, which is not his usual spot. So he's got to learn kind of in this new. There's not a ton of strategy to where you put your guys in the lineup in terms of you just try to cluster your better hitters up top and let them do their thing.
Yeah.
But there is a system here because Santiago and Balk are the power hitters who are supposed to drive in Feaster and Sherlew who need to get on base. And so the question is, if you're Sherlew, you're used to hitting like 5th or 6th, where there's a ton of guys who come in ahead of you and wasted pitches, and you've been able to see them at bat. This time around, you're the one who's got to get used to, actually, I need to have the long at bat. I need to use up pitches.
Yeah.
So that'll be a different approach, and it'll be interesting to see if he gets used to it or if Burford eventually pulls him and says, nah, you can't do this. Fastball blows by him, but it's high. It's ball one. And that is a cutter way outside. 2-2. You know, my workplace, they started playing Christmas music today.
No, not okay.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Not okay. That goes by, and it's ball three. It's a full count, so here comes, you guessed it, another payoff pitch.
There we go.
Let's do this thing. And that is popped up foul. Are they going to get to it? Yes, they will. Tafoya's got it out there. So a lot of pitches from O'Leary. And hey, it's exactly what I said. He has to waste pitches now, and he's figuring out how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Ken O'Leary now at 120 to face Vidal Santiago, who is 1 for 3 on the day. Let's see if Vidal brought his hitting shoes today. As that is at his knees, and it's strike one. 0-1 now. Vidal, ooh, he didn't quite check his swing on there. He went around completely. That was obvious. And it's strike two. Santiago tried to train this offseason to bring in a little bit more bat speed, a little bit more home run power, take advantage of the strength he's got in his arms, and was kind of unable to do it. But he's still one of the most consistent hitters in this lineup. With 2 strikes, let's see if he can extend the AB a little bit. Watches that fastball miss high. It's 1-2. O'Leary loves that high fastball on the 2 strikes, man. As he pops that one up over the right side of the infield. That's a can of corn. A real can of corn.
Yeah.
It'll be Vélez, who's now... Oh, so Enrique Santos shifted over to shortstop. And now number 4, Camulógeno Vélez, is in at second base. Actually did quite well for them last year. It's interesting that they would have a new shortstop instead. Huh. Who was their old shortstop, actually? It was Ricardo Vasquez, who is a worse shortstop. This is very confusing. They put a really good shortstop. They moved him over to second base so they could put in a worse shortstop. And now that they've moved their shortstop back to shortstop, where he should have been all along, the guy they've put in at second base is a better second baseman than the guy who was there before.
Oh, man. They just don't know what they're doing.
No. Mark Sparkman, what are you doing? That is, for those of you joining us later, that is the real name of the manager of the Picudos de Ceiba, Mark Sparkman.
So good.
2 outs, bases empty for Wally Balk, who is 0 for 3. And boy, he is not having a good time. He swings right at that fastball. Would have been ball one, but he goes right through it. Let's see if we can calm down a little bit here. Slider misses high, 1-1. O'Leary here in danger of pitching a clean 8th. That fastball misses inside, 2-1. As does that one. It's a 3-1 count, gentleman hitters count for Wally Balk. No gentleman strike, though, for O'Leary. So let's see if he can get his control back here late in the AB. Wally does him a bit of a favor there by swinging that one to right. They're going to be waiting for it underneath it. And sure enough, it's going to be Burton, who doesn't have to move there to retire the side. Naguawa gets nothing across, but they remain ahead 2-0. And it'll now be Ted's turn to hold the fort down. He's at 107 pitches, and he faces the 9-1-2 hitter, starting with Otilio Valle, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Ted, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts, and just 1 hit by pitch.
Incredible.
I think if he can make this inning work, the 9th is going to be cake.
I hope so.
As he starts him out with a fastball strike, outside corner, 0-1 Ted. Aggressively going after Valle, knows he doesn't have much to fear here, and then proceeds to get a little overexcited, and that fastball comes out early. It's low, 1-1. Valle fouls off that next one. It is a fastball once again, yanked foul to make it 1-2. Let's see here if maybe Ted reaches deeper into the bag of tricks. He does, And he gets strikeout number 11 on a forkball outside. I want to point out, if given the number of outs he has left to pitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's at 11 strikeouts. He could tie his own record or top it.
Oh, that'd be exciting.
He now faces Enrique Santos, who is 0 for 2. 1 out, bases remain empty. Santos struck out back in the bottom of the fifth as Balloon misses inside with that fastball, 1-0. Then that, I think, is going to be called a strike. Another fastball again there, 1-1. So count evens there for Santos. He swings right through a defensive swing on the forkball and comes up empty on that one. It's 1-2 now. I don't know what he needed to defend from. The forkball was on the other side of the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Weird, but okay.
Yeah.
That would have merited a defensive swing and didn't get one. That fastball misses inside and low, 2-2. Balloon now at 115 pitches. Santos pops that one up. Shirley takes charge of it, comes in a little bit from the outfield, and he's got it. Out number 2.
Nice.
Now pinch hitting for the Picudos de Ceiba, number 8, Vicente Diaz. He played, looks like, last year. He was acquired on January 25th, 1904. Had 1 home run, hit 248, on base percentage of 273. Mostly a contact hitter with decent defense. Looks to be very much a bench piece for the Picudos.
Mm-hmm.
As Balloon gets that fastball in there for strike 1, 0-1 now. And misses outside with the second fastball, 1-1. Is that going to be a strike? It is. 3 fastballs so far. Let's see if he's going to go for the expected breaker here to try and finish him off. What did he get him on? What did he get him on? Curveball struck him out, his 12th of the night.
Your favorite.
The Picudos go down clean, and in the top of the ninth, the Navegadores have a shot here as there are a couple defensive... Nope, just the one defensive substitution. Now in center field for the Picudos de Ceiba, number 19, Pedro Rivera. He is... Boy, he's not great at center field, and he doesn't hit very well. Mm-hmm. He's a right fielder, really, by trade, and his usage seems to have dropped off as his bat completely just fell apart, which makes sense. Kane O'Leary, 129 pitches over 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts, and he will now face Benji Valdez, who is 1 for 3 with a ribby. Let's see if he wants to make that a 2-hit night, as that fastball is in there. Strike 1, just barely, but enough. 0-1 count. That cutter misses, 1-1 now. O'Leary getting a little bit tired, so you can... Oh, that goes to center field. Pedro Rivera, though, camping underneath it. Man, poor Benji. He has this habit of getting under the ball like that.
Yeah.
And so it'll be hit hard, but it'll be hit straight up. So Benji can't make it on. It goes to Frank de Castillo, who is also 1 for 3 on the day. O'Leary at 132 pitches now. Castillo, of course, lined out last time he was at the plate. O'Leary here misses inside with that fastball, 1-0. Frank de Castillo swings through the second fastball, 1-1. Tough to believe we're doing this here, as O'Leary misses, hits the dirt, really, with that third fastball. 2-1 now for Frank de Castillo. And 3-1. O'Leary's control is definitely departing him, but the question is if he can be, kind of crazy like a fox with what he's got left. Mm-hmm. Whatever gas he's got left in the tank, be unpredictable, throw pitches where they wouldn't expect, and see what happens. Gentleman hitter's count here. And he gets it over. It's strike 2 to make it a full count. So here goes nothing. This will be a payoff pitch.
Woo.
Then Castillo fouls that one off and says, you're not getting rid of me that easily.
Uh,
He has made it his mission to get O'Leary to pitch 140 by himself. Payoff pitch number 2. That is swung on and hit to the new shortstop Santos, who throws over to Perez, and that's out number 2. Kane O'Leary about to throw his 140th pitch. Spike Stonehand is 0-2, having drawn a walk. He has also struck out in this game. Kane O'Leary's second strikeout. Again, Ted Balloon has struck out 12. O'Leary fires that fastball in there, and it's 0-1 now. Stonehand fouls that one off, and one thing we are going to do is have Varela ready to go and on bar in the bullpen just in case. 0-2 count and 2 outs for Spike Stonehand. Guessing this is about to end in his second strikeout of the game, but here goes nothing. Nope, he fouls that one off. We'll stay at 2 strikes, though, after that slider. And there it is. He goes down looking at the cutter. Naguabo goes in order, and now it's time for Ted Balloon to try and close this game out. He's at 120 pitches over 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 12 strikeouts. He will face, as his opposition, it's going to be Luis Perez, Menendo Tafoya, and Sam Thompson, whom he has kept off the board so far. But all 3 of these guys are dangerous hitters, so there's no reason why that will stay the case. I think this is going to end 2-0. I don't want to jinx it, but I think it is.
You're coming around to my opinion of it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what he's got against Luis Perez, who lined down in his previous at-bat. See, this is the thing with Ted. In the late innings, he starts throwing all the time in the zone. He fills the zone, and that's how you get those called strikes. That's how you get those edge strikes.
Mm-hmm.
It just improves your overall chances. So that curveball is in there, 0-1.
He just needs to stop hitting guys, and he's all set.
Yep. I mean, last year he was incredibly effective, and he still hit 30 guys. He holds up on that one, 1-1. I forget what the record is for hit batsman. It's like 600 or something. Misses outside with a curveball, 2-1. That's in LMP history. The MLB record is much more modest, as he bangs that one foul Perez and makes it 2-2. He's gone with curveballs and fastballs so far. I wonder if he's not trusting the changeup right now. And Perez fouls that one off, and that was a changeup. He thought maybe this will be the strikeout pitch, but it wasn't quite that. Perez sends that one foul as well, staying with it. Ted now at 6 pitches on this at-bat. And he gets him! The curveball again. Balloon strikes out 13. He is 1 away from tying his own record.
Amazing.
He still could break it. Menendo Tafoya is 0-3 on the day. 1 out, bases empty for him. As Ted misses high with the fastball, 1-0. Tafoya makes contact with that one at the very end. That would have been ball 1, or ball 2. But now it's strike 1. 1-1. Changeup misses outside, 2-1. And that is called by the barest of margins, 2-2. Let's see if he can finish off Tafoya. He's past 130 now. Oh my God, he did it!
Wow.
Ted Balloon just tied the record he set last year with 14 strikeouts in a game, and he could still break the record.
Oh, man. It all comes down to this.
You have to really imagine. You're from Texas originally.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad's name is Steve. That's already a problem. He's a cattle rancher. comes to Puerto Rico because the government wants people who know how to do things like that. Puerto Rico, not really a place with like massive cattle plantations for the most part, and when the Spanish left, they took a lot of the expertise with them.
Mhm.
So the Puerto Ricans bring over Americans because they don't realize they're about to be invaded. Your dad comes over, Steve Balloon, settles in Atillo. You grow up cheering for the Canarios. They're not called that yet, but that's the team. You love it. You're a huge fan of baseball. You learn to throw and you learn to run and field. You're a pretty good fielder. You're a pretty good runner.
Mhm.
But it's being a pitcher that really distinguishes you. That's what's going to give you a career in baseball. You know that.
Mhm.
You sign on with this team that has all of this history behind it and has never really been very successful despite all of that. You become their number one pitcher for a year. Then you
Mhm.
kind of stay that number one pitcher because they literally fired the rest of the roster
Yeah.
to bring in an entirely new one. And you're the ace pitcher, but you're not what an ace pitcher is supposed to be. You're not the best pitcher on the roster as far as you can tell. And then when it seems you're on the verge of becoming that, they get this new Jamaican guy who is just as awesome as you are. Actually, in terms of allowing earned runs, he's way more awesome than you are. He had literally the lowest ERA in the entire league.
Mhm.
1.01. He allowed one earned run and a little bit per game. And to then come back on opening day and say, I'm going to strike out 14 guys. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to strike out 14 guys just like I did last year, just to prove that I am still the ace of this rotation.
Mhm.
I know I've said it, and I'm going to keep saying it. There is no one like Looney Ballooney.
Let's see if he can break his record.
Sam Thompson walked last time, so he still doesn't have a hit on the day. And Balloon starts him off with a fastball at the knees. It's 0-1. He misses inside with a changeup, 1-1. Thompson flies that one out to right field, but it's going to be foul. So that's 1-2. Balloon needs one more strike. Can you imagine the thoughts in his head right now? One more
He's just
strike.
trying to focus and not think about it.
One more strike. He gets his 15th strikeout, which, by the way, there is a specific page reserved for 15 strikeout games
Ooh.
in the almanac. We can visit it afterwards if he does it. It does that. It means he sets the record. It means the record overall, by the way, because the playoff record is 13, which he already beat that, but he would set it even further out.
Yeah.
And it's a complete game shutout on opening day.
Yep.
No pressure, Ted. Let's see what you got. Come on, buddy. Swings on that one and fouls it off. We stay at 1-2. I think this is also going to be a foul. Oh no, he hit him!
Oh my god! What a way to end it.
Oh my god. Missed with a changeup, decided to go after the next guy. Alright. Fair enough. He will now face Lester Burton, who came up in this situation and could not get a hit. Ted heading for 140 pitches here. Let's see if we can close it out against Burton instead. That represents the tying run. Sam Thompson on first with 2 outs. Burton fouls that one off. It's 0-1. That's going to be strike. No, they called that outside. Okay. Like, didn't. Sure. I'm not going to be mad about it. Anyway, it's not going to be the 15th strikeout because Sherdlou has that. He throws to Feaster, and Ted Balloon has pitched a complete game shutout on opening day. 2-0. What a game from Ted Balloon as they get into victory formation there. I thought Varela was in his socks for a bit because of the white shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all high-fiving as there goes... Wait a second. That looked like it should have. Oh, okay, that's what the 4 looks like. For a second, I thought Shirt Lou had put on Stonehand's catcher gear for some reason. What a game.
Yeah,
I don't
I should
believe
be
this.
more excited that it went exactly as I predicted, but I wish I'd had the guts to say it'll be 2-0 and I'd like really lock that in. I did say 1 or 2, so I gave myself a little margin of error there.
Yes. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered, would it? So,
I guess not.
yeah, let's see here. I think he may have struck out. The only member of the starting lineup he didn't strike out was the catcher.
Wow.
Every other member struck out, and one, two, three, four, five of them struck out twice. And on top of that, he stole a base.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I could not think of a better start to the 1905 Navegadores season than a complete game shutout, 14 strikeout game. What an incredible game one from these Navegadores. I mean, they are, of course, they're the reigning champions. They have a reputation to protect here, but I'm truly amazed at how good they proved themselves to have. I guess it should be how well they took the off season and trained and practiced and got ready for this moment. Because last year they had kind of a slow start.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty impressed by this. I think this year they're going to be even stronger than they were last year, and that's saying something because last year they won over 130 games.
Mm-hmm.
Any final? Well, one last thing we should do, but any final thoughts about the game? I guess.
No, I think it's a good start to the season, and I think they're gonna really make something out of this year. I feel like this is auspicious.
So there are two things we want to check. I think that is accurate for sure. One thing we want to check is see how many guys Ezequiel Vasquez struck out. Haha, he only struck out 12.
Nice.
On the other hand, he did have a guy steal 3 bases, which Rob Feaster didn't do. So, there's that. That's okay. He'll get there. At any rate, let's see how many home runs we had here. We had Leon Wallace hit one for Ciales. Bob Molds, like a dog on fire once again, hit one for the Lobos de Arecibo. Felipe Rivera for Aguada, who used to be. Oh boy, was he on the Esqueletos back in the day? No, I'm thinking of Felipe Delgado. That's a different guy. Let's see, who else we got? Connor McDonald hit one for Vega Alta. Simon Hernandez hit one for Patillas. Lindsay Lilly. So there are a lot of homers happening already.
Nice.
Daryl
Shame we
Newman.
don't get to see him.
Yeah. Daryl Newman hit one for Añasco. He got traded from the Coquis last year.
Oh, okay.
And of course, Ponce beat Juan Diaz on a walk-off. So what else is new? And then, as if to make up for the rest of Liga Ostos not having a homer, there were 3 in this one game: Jose Rocha, Benjamin Brown, and Jake Getman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, gente, we should probably let you go for the night, but thank you. This has been truly wonderful. Hang on. Ted Balloon got number 1 performance of the day. Of course he did. What a guy.
Nice.
Yeah, we should screenshot that. That needs to go on the team channel. Why does it make that noise? That's the you can't do that noise. I don't know why it does that when I screenshot things. At any
Weird.
rate, we should probably let you go. Like I said, thank you very much for coming. We are off next week. The week after that, we'll see what we do. I want to slow it down a tiny bit for the 1905 season. It felt like we were going at breakneck speed through 1904, and that wasn't super enjoyable. So maybe there'll be a few more games here and there so we can have some more fun, visit some of the minor leagues, maybe that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But until next time, this has been, as always, Isidro Montalvo Espinosa, broadcast coordinator for Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña en Vivo. Gente, Buenas noches, gracias mil y Dios les bendiga.